Well, hello there. We're live. We're live right now. Waiting to see that my phone's caught up with all of this. Yeah, that's right. Run those ads. Run all of those sweet ads. Did you skip the ad? Are you with me? Hi, guys. I like to take a few minutes to relax before the show. It took like 20 minutes to set this, which wasn't too much. But I'm here. And I'm raring to get into these decks. This is our second Brewmaster ever. Really excited for it, as a matter of fact. Just make sure everyone's here. And if you're new to the stream, I use my phone as a secondary monitor. We're low budget here. So there is a delay on this. And I might not get to you with immediacy. But I promise I'll get to you if your comment was worth it. Hello, Street Rat Commander. Hi. Bryce B says yo. Yo, right back at you. What are we drinking? Oh, well, and you guys, you know what? I've gotten complaints about the volume before, so I've been really cranking it up. So let me know if the volume here is good. I'm not even like, because I find I sometimes whisper to you, like your kids I'm trying to put to sleep. I'm aware of that. But yeah, today I'm drinking tequila because it's hot in this city. It is so hot today. I need to install my ACs. I live in a pre-war building. We have central heating that sometimes works. And you got to put ACs in the windows when it gets hot out. And it's been hot these last few weeks. I just have not been able to get around to it. So much stuff happening at the homestead. It's crazy. I normally have stuff filmed out in advance for this program, but because I'm working on other projects, it's like it's been a lot of sleepless nights. So the tequila helps. It's also really good for staying cool. Hi, Otter TV. Meyer Imp Recruiter is loving his home. Oh, hey. So excited for Volrath. Me too. Really good suggestions from the Brewmasters this go around. They've all been good. I really like these two because they're just interesting challenges. They're less so competitive and more fun in nature. So just the concept of brewing for them, because we're not really going to use tried and true things. We're sort of going to deviate. Also, we're working within a budget for one of them, so that's what I mean by fun. I don't want to keep pushing that stereotype that cEDH is not fun, because that's bullshit. But you get what I'm saying. It's going to be entertaining for us to work with one another on making something that's within a budget operate outside of its range. So excited. It's almost midnight, but I guess I'm not sleeping. That's right. That's right. Melvin says, hi, I assume. That or it's a face slap. I can't tell with these hand emojis. I've been playing Volrath for so long and have yet to see someone else play it. Well, you're going to see me at least test it today, which I'm excited about. And speaking of heat, we're going to run that AC. If you can hear that AC and it's very loud, I'm sorry. It's either that or you see me sweat. Which, who knows? You could want that. This is like the OnlyFans of MTG. No undressing, just sweat. And magic. Volume is perfect, thank you. Tequila, it makes me happy. Me too. What's happening? Not much is happening. I like to start these a few minutes early because I'm ready. And it's either I do this and or I work on something. And I'm working out a few YouTube shorts. Some of you might have noticed that the last Int Goes Infinite was part 1. So I have a whole series of It Goes Infinite videos. And not the other This Goes Infinite. Or I forgot what the first line was. But I intend to continue making YouTube shorts for infinite combos just to explain how they're done in loop. Just thought that was fun. But I'm going to deviate a little bit with this other one. And I'm coming up with another YouTube short at the moment. Try to film those in advance at least, because they don't take long to film. They just take a while to script and to edit. But otherwise, they don't take too long They don't take long to do at all. You could make YouTube shorts. No AC OnlyFans. Yeah, wouldn't that be it? I'm telling you, there's some clever girl or guy doing that, I'm sure. He's like, yeah, I'll turn it. or maybe they turn their heater up instead, right? The more you donate. Who knows? I'm sure there's something there. We'll come up with it together. Who wants to see what Magic players? I don't even, never mind. Let's not have this conversation. Yeah, more YouTube shorts. Thank you. I'm enjoying them. The looping infinite combos are awesome. Keep them up. Yeah, they've been fun. The artiste in me wants to do a little bit more with the concept. With the YouTube shorts in general, I think it's a really good space. And I've seen the channel gain a lot in subscriber base strictly for the YouTube shorts. I mean, there's people that apparently just tune in for the YouTube shorts, which is kind of cool. Not what this channel was built on, but if people want to watch those, that's great. I was doing them for fun initially, but super happy with them. Sorry, what about OnlyFans? Not yet. No time soon. What would that even be profitable? I wouldn't. There's nothing I would want to do. Is every OnlyFans account promiscuous? Like, is every single one just about seeing some dude in their knickers? And by dude, I mean guy or gal. I don't know. I don't follow anyone on OnlyFans. Maybe I should. You tell me. OnlyFans shorts. Is that a thing? Does OnlyFans... Are they trying to capitalize on the 60-second videos? Doesn't TikTok do longer videos now? I forget. They sort of broke tradition so early in their lifespan. I mean, they've been around a couple of years, but I think 60-second consumable videos is great. I think that's a genius idea. So I'm happy to keep playing with them. That's the next step in the evolution. Maybe. Some people advertise workout pages and cooking pages that I've seen. That's cool. I actually like that. Mostly adult stuff. Yeah, I figured as much. Sadly, I just took my Volrath. I wasn't crazy about it. I don't know, Kevin, if I'm going to convince you otherwise. Not that that's my goal. At least with these videos. The Brewmaster segments are, I mean, we'll get into it when we get into it, but they're solely about meeting the dreams of our Patreon members and making those dreams reality. But basically, you know, they can challenge me with whatever deck concept they want, and I'm to do it. So we should have some fun today. I'm not on OnlyFans nor TikTok. TikTok's fun. I enjoy TikTok. I don't do it. I don't look at TikTok during the day, though. The formula is extremely addictive. Like, they know exactly what they're doing. I wouldn't say all the videos that they target me with make sense conceptually. Like, I get a lot of skateboarding videos. Last time I rode a skateboard was I was like 16 in Hawaii. It was ages ago. I don't know why I get those videos, but I enjoy them. So maybe they are working. I don't know. TikTok's really fun though. If you enjoy short, extremely consumable videos, I'm likely going to migrate a lot of my stuff over there soon. And because I don't do newscast stuff on this channel, is that straight? It's kind of bothering me, that thing back there. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't do newsy things on this channel. I'm not really a big fan of the shock awe reaction bullshit. I leave that to every other channel. But it'd be fun to have like some form of reaction or some sort of commentary to share with you guys, and maybe TikTok could be the platform for that. Otherwise, I'm not really interested in talking about why Target stopped selling Magic cards, or the Pro League is dead, or what happened. I play Commander. We're going strong. I'm really excited for more budget videos. Yeah, I'm gonna do another one next month, and we'll see how it plays out. It's weird with budgeting. I want to do a series of videos that revolve around different budgets, because I find that many of the questions I get are like, how do I operate within, X amount of dollars? And it's like, I've never personally tackled that on this show. I don't know if it's been done by other channels, but the tricky bit is prices fluctuate, and we've seen it quite a bit over the last 2 years, especially with the reserve list. Prices have gone crazy, so it's hard to do those videos and have them stay relevant. So it was even like that Neheb deck I brewed, like within the next month, it went over 100, right? This was a $99 build. If you bought it when I, prescribed it, then it would have been great. Love the content and how you're on camera. It's feeling like you're just yourself. Keep the great content up, friend. It's midnight for me and I have to... damn. Dr. Frogman, I salute you. Thank you for saying hi. I wish that this wasn't so late for everybody. It's nice to know that people, stay tuned that late. Obviously, if you need to go to bed, definitely go to bed. Not that you were asking for my permission, but that's a blanket statement for everyone in the community right now. I appreciate you tuning in. Obviously, the Brewmaster segment is namely for our Patreon members, but you don't need to be a Patreon member to enjoy these. I hope not. Do you think Plum the Forbidden can break into cEDH? I forget what that is. That's the one, it's like Village Rights, but you choose a number of creatures and draw cards based off the creatures. I want to say that's it. We can look at it in a second. Remind me. I'm sure it can. There's no one-size-fits-all deck, strategy, or card. I mean, there's certainly staples in cEDH, which I sort of commented on with my last YouTube short. But it's more of a dilemma in 5-colored list or 4-colored list or Grixis. They have a very defined set of cards and play styles. Anytime you incorporate blue, you're going to incorporate a lot of the card quality cards, a lot of the counter effects. So it sort of narrows down what you get to play with. That's sort of why I enjoy working within the monocolor, dual color space and trip color in some scenarios, because you get to explore underutilized utilities that wouldn't necessarily find their way into 4 or 5 colored decks, right? So yeah, there's definitely room for any card. Room for any card. Even building casual decks on a budget is really hard at this point. Yeah, dude, I believe it, and I feel so bad for people getting into the game right now. Hopefully they keep pumping out better precons for folk. Precons that have value cards. And it was something we talked about on the Discord recently. But it's important that there at least be a handful of cards that you can retain from your precon when you're moving over to, a list of your own design or just even a different variation of the precon. I see people do like upgrading your precon videos, and those are cool, I guess. I never really look at the precon as a starting point. It really depends on what you're trying to do. But if there's at least a handful of decent cards in the precon, it's usually more than worth it. Like the precon with Dockside Extortionist. Like someone bought this for me as a gift. I haven't touched it, but there's a Dockside in there. So the whole value of this thing is more than the sum of its parts, right? But does that make sense? Did I make sense? Doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? Still though, they didn't know I don't play blue. So I have a whole deck here. And there's actually some really good cards in there. I think Sivian's Reclamation's also in there. The precons have been fine. Like, that set was actually really good. The ones with the Fierce Guardianship, all that stuff. The green and the white one were... Anyways. Actually about to hit up my LGS in 30 minutes. Get them to throw this on the TV so everyone gets to see me make a fool of myself. I'd appreciate that, William. Gunblade. One of your decks is being showcased today. You probably figured that out already. But hey, we should be starting soon. And lose 1 life per creature. Yeah, that's the one. Cool to see a take on Obuun. Tried a few times myself, landfall, elf tribal counters, a mix, but I never got it to work. I never gave Obuun much thought, but I mean, counter manipulation. There's a new card that provides like a creature with lifelink or commander with lifelink. I don't know. You're in white, so you have Heliod Ballista. So if you really want to go infinite, you could do that, incorporate that. And then you also have green and Naya, so you can get Heliod out pretty easily. We'll see. How's the budget option not just proxying? Because a lot of people don't want to proxy cards, so a lot of people would prefer to own the real thing. And I don't blame them, particularly if you're new to Magic and you went onto YouTube for advice. The first thing I'm sure the first thing you don't want to hear from someone like me who's been playing the game on and off for like 10 plus years is to buy proxies. Now that's my ultimate conclusion after playing the game for so long and now playing at a time where the market's particularly volatile, especially with the cards that are considered staples in cEDH. So of course, proffering that as advice for a new player isn't great, because they just went to the LGS, bought a couple of packs, opened up a few things, found something interesting, and decided to look online for advice or help. So if it's not immediately obtainable, it's really not good advice, I don't think, for the average player. So giving advice on making budget lists that you can easily consume via TCG Player, Card Kingdom, Channel Fireball, what have you, your local game store, that seems the better alternative route for most. And then ease into proxies. I mean, I think I do a fair job at advocating for proxies on the channel. I do pretty frequently. But I hope that explains why budget isn't necessarily proxy. For me, it's proxying for sure. I mean, I recommend it to anyone. I have proxies of cards I own, just cards I own. I might proxy a whole set of staple, blue cards. Like, I don't want to buy a Gilded Drake now. And I want to have to repurchase some blue cards I owned prior, like Intuition and such. I'd rather, if I'm just going to play it on the show, like I'm sure you guys don't care, or if, we do paper events again soon, maybe I'll go out. I'm not going to want to take a, $10,000 deck or whatever has Time Twister in it out with me. So I'm thinking about proxying blue staples just in the future to play some blue lists, because I'm sure people want to see me play with my least favorite color. Anyway, I don't know why, but I love the C21 precons. I kind of want to throw in Grip of Amnesia. I read that as Grip of America to hit someone that reaches, that runs Breach. Okay. Bella Porch deck, when? As soon as she reaches out to me, I'm happy to collaborate with her. I'm Filipino, she's Filipino. It'd be so fun. She's actually really cool. Just her persona. I'm making a lot of assumptions, but she seems like a cool person. That's not what you're talking about, though, I know. I want you to play blue. Maybe one day. But guys, we should start this up. What am I doing? All right. Welcome back to the 99, where we're focused on brewing a better competitive commander. I'm your host, Patrick Marlette, and this is the Brewmaster, where I make our Patreon members' dreams come true. That's right. It's like the OnlyFans of Magic. Sweaty, undressed Magic cards. And we're getting down to the bottom, the nitty-gritty. We're going to help Harry Seaward and Gunblade Knight. I can barely call this helping them. We're going to be tweaking lists that they suggested I work on. Harry, as a matter of fact, has a list that's based off of an old Legacy deck he used to play and or just admired that he converted to Commander. So that's the first list we're going to look at. And Gunblade Knight wanted a Volrath list with a Biovisionary win con, and we'll get into that deck when we get into that deck. But guys, if you're not a Patreon member and you would like to participate in these monthly Brewmasters, go ahead in the link in the description. Obviously, you can join at any tier, but our Brewmasters get to make the suggestions, get to see the list made, and obviously take what they will from them and or use them in the future. It is my hope to do live stream gameplays or some form of gameplay with our Patreon members in the future, and I imagine using the decks we make here. Unofficial thing, just saying it. But yeah, guys, you don't need to be Patreon members to enjoy these either, but if you do want to hook a brother up while you're watching these videos, the best way to do so is with a super chat that get to live in perpetuity on the channel moving forward. Everyone that watches Obuun 51 from here on out is going to see your comments, your words, your thoughts placed on the screen. Don't make it too saucy. All right, so on that note, let's go ahead and take a look at our first deck here. So this is Obuun 51, and we're going to start with Harry Seaward's words of wisdom, or rather the suggestion that was made and then the challenge that was issued. So hot. Okay, so here, speaking of not making it saucy, by the way, before I jump into this, for some reason I could not get, it's just a thing with Tapped Out, it won't let you do external links, or maybe it just won't let you do external links to other card building databases. But Harry has a Molly 51 based off Muldrotha, assuming that's where the name comes from. There's a link to that deck here in the description. So if you want to follow along with the deck as we make it, the description on YouTube should have the links to both lists, and you can check them out there. So Harry wants Molly 51. This started out as a love for legacy lands and turned into a commander deck. Only rule is 51 lands. It might look like a meme, but it's inevitable. I don't know what's inevitable. What's inevitable, Harry? I tried to gauge Harry on this one, but MIA on the chat. I'm like, what is inevitable? What are we doing here? It might look like a meme, but it's inevitable here. So here's the challenge. Any 3-color commander, 51 lands. No less. Okay, so here's a guy that doesn't get any love. Now, initially, I was going to do a Thrasios something build because infinite mana there, obviously working with lands, it is an issue. You're inevitably going to be able to use Thrasios' ability a lot. That countermeasures putting lands into play for free. Obviously, you'd manipulate some form of infinite mana for Thassa's Oracle. Who am I kidding? But that seemed very boring. So we're doing, and plus, Obuun 51 sounds like a really good malt liquor. It sounds like a really good established brand of scotch, right? So let's try it. Obuun. There is a product called Obuun. Am I wrong? I don't think I drink it, but at any rate, I should also state, this is a little different from the previous Brewmaster segment. To any of the Patreon members watching this after the fact or during the stream here, we are going to do 2 lists per video so that I'm not rushing through these concepts and we can take a little bit more time to breathe life into them. So I think we start around 6:05 here, so right around 7:05 Eastern Standard Time is when we'll call it quits with this one. But Obuun, Moldaya Ancestor, for 1 generic Naya, that's red, green, white, legendary creature, elf, spirit. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target land you control becomes an XX elemental creature with trample and haste until the end of turn, where X is Obuun's power. It's still a land. So Obuun's a 3/3. A Ripley 3/3. Look at that dude. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creatures. So obviously there's synergy with the 51 lands were required. And you know what? Maybe I'll do 52 lands. Maybe I'll do 52. You only said no less. But the only cards I've added to this list, because my initial thought was, I know that I can do in Naya, I could do an Emil Dockside setup, right? We can do Emil Dockside, make infinite mana, and then use Emil to bounce Dryad Arbor, right? Dryad Arbor, if you guys don't know, it's a land creature, forest, Dryad, 1/1 body. Of course, we're using the From the Vault version. But essentially, we get that infinite landfall, and we can sort of build up our army from there. It's not very relevant, you know, like the top ability in this instance. So long as we have enough creatures to, you know, go wide and kill everyone, that's the thing we could do, I guess. But obviously, we have 51 lands, so we're going to be doing that quite often anyways. So, you know, things that also let us play out extra lands is another thought. But then there's also Drownyard Temple, which with like a Zurin Orb or some sort of sack outlet that sacrifices permanents or lands, we could use Drownyard Temple in infinite mana in the same fashion, because it does, you know, this doesn't count as your 1 land per turn. You're just returning it from the graveyard to the battlefield, right? So if you've never played with Drownyard Temple, it's an odd land you don't frequently see, but it's fun for landfall list that are able to do the thing infinitely and happen to have sack outlets for lands. All right, that was a lot of talking from the beginning there. I'm going to tune in with you guys and see what you all think about my ideas. With Harry's request, I knew I wanted to do, again, it was either Thrasios, but that felt like a little too bland. Like, that deck builds itself. Obuun has a little bit of interest, and unfortunately, I was really looking for like an Omnath, but none of the Omnaths, there's no trip color landfall Omnath. I think there's a trip color Omnath, though. I don't know what it does. There's green, double, and quad. I landed on Obuun. Okay. Whoa, I am behind. I'll pay you in Nomad Outpost if I play blue. That'd be great. I own most staples, but use proxies in most decks. It helps me avoid wear and tear. The card wear and tear? That can't be true. People will still cast wear and tear on you. He said bottom. Link. Link is in the description. Pat, question, do MDFCs count as lands? If you play them as a land. For landfall? Yeah, if you play them as a land. Oh, do they count towards the 51? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Harry. They do. Very peaty. Obuun 51, very peaty. You mean Obuun, there is a scotch, right? Okay. Woo, looking handsome as always, thank you. Obuun 51 sounds like a great drink. We should do a segment where we make cocktails for deck strategies in Commander. Is that only fun to me? Maybe that could be a YouTube short thing. Obuun 51, that'll be our first drink. I'll make a cocktail named Obuun 51. Pat, what watch are you wearing today? I swear we're going to get to the deck in a second. This is, I'm so glad you asked, by the way. Hold up. Who asked? Who asked? Thomas Cruz. So this is a bit of a rarity. It took a year for me to get. But the prototype was launched maybe 2 years back. And I've been in touch with the company since then. But it's a Helios Universa in their pastel blue. The blue isn't necessarily what I imagined it would be from the prototype. He's changed the dial 5 times. But there's maybe like 80 of these in existence. I don't know how many of these are out there. I waited up until 4 a.m. for the release in a separate time zone and had practiced going through checkout just to make sure I was able to buy one. I collect watches, if you guys don't know. I collect watches. What was really cool is I talked to Jason, who's the designer, owner of the company. It's out of Vancouver, Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Because the prototype had this crown, but they switched the crown for the production model. So I'm the only person in the world with the prototype crown, to my knowledge. So I'm glad you asked. Thanks. Was that fun? That was a really bad shot. Here, I'm going to put it on the screen again as I look through your comments. I want to catch up to these comments, so you get a good look at it. It's a cool watch. Impact Tremors with anything. Yeah, Impact Tremors. There's another one. Bounce for 0 on other turns. The Ghost Town. We could use Ghost Town. 4 bounce lands you can play would be good. I don't know if the bounce lands. Are you talking like a meal? Are you talking a meal with like the guild lands? Okay. Here's what we're going to do. You might have noticed this is the least amount of work I've put into a deck because I normally start with lands, but because the challenge is land specific, I wanted to take our time to just look through lands and see if we can't find decent utilities. And obviously holler if you know the name of a decent land for this, but my intention is to just start us off by looking over lands. Okay. And how about Kodama, East Tree, and bounce lands? You could do Kodama. You could do a Kodama bouncy bounce thing. Because if we did Kodama, we can very easily natural order Kodama out, right? Either off of our own dude and or, obviously one of our dorks. We probably want to do one of our dorks. Excuse me. But I don't know the Kodama lines of play to do the infinite landfall. It draws you a card on landfall and puts counters on creatures, burns for a number of elementals when it enters the Rug Omnath. That probably was better. I love Helios watches. Court Dixon, I'm so glad to hear that. I hope I didn't bore the fuck out of everyone else. If you're not a watch person, it wouldn't matter. I'm not going to say this watch is perfect. The pastel is not, it was more of a green hint initially, and also I had some issues with the movement initially, but it's really cool. I'm really enjoying it. Are you going to post on the other channel? Maybe. We're in a watch channel. I'm actually working with another watch group right now, though, like filming stuff for them, so that's kept me busy. I have a product over there I need to shoot for the other watch channel, though. I might just make YouTube shorts for that channel. We'll see. Kodama East Tree, Simian, Growth Chamber, or other bounce land, and any landfall trigger that makes a permanent. Divergent transformation of Obuun and animated land to get the combo. What's the combo, Peter? Divergent transformation and one animated land for the combo. Oh, you mean like any combo? Because we could do... It's at the beginning of combat, right? I mean, technically, we can do Divergent and the animated land, yes, for like Kiki-Jiki, Zealous Conscripts. It could really just be that simple. That's not a bad idea, if that's what you're referring to. Darksteel Citadel, I'm assuming because Darksteel Citadel is indestructible, right? So you have like an indestructible 3/3, hasty 3/3. That seems kind of cool. Is Dryad Valakut in cEDH as viable as it is in Modern? I don't think so, but Valakut is played in some niche decks. Okay, so let's look at the lands. And I want to get us started in our editor over here. But yeah, again, we just holler out any lands you guys want, because again, we need to add a lot. We do need to add a lot. So, I mean, I guess we could start with our basics. Taiga, don't tell me. It's Taiga, Savannah. Wait, Plateau. I play cEDH, trust me. Plateau. Okay. And then the other ones are like, yeah, I don't remember what the shocks are. It's Stomping Grounds. I just have them in list. I don't think about them. Stomping Grounds is the Gruul one. Then it's something Forge. Say it. Yeah, Sacred Foundry. Thank you. I'm not looking at your comments. These are right off the top of my dome, guys. That's what in the Kessig Wolfron. That's not a fucking dual land. But Temple Garden is. So Kessig Wolfron is the one that can be a blowout in some cases. We can look at it. Is Wolfron one word? It's not, but it doesn't care. Target creature gets +X and trample into the end of turn. That's kind of cool, like a little blowout spell. I do want to use Flagstones of Trocaire. You know what? If we want to do it this way, suggest all the lands you want, and then we'll start with that. How about that? We got the basics out of the way. I don't remember all my fetch lands, but we're going to start with Arid Mesa. Is put into the graveyard from the battlefield. You may search the library for a plains card, put it in the battlefield tap. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, why not? Flagstones of Trocaire. Stones of Trocaire. And then we'll also do... I did Dryad Arbor, obviously, earlier. But yeah, whatever lands you all want. Homeward Path? Do we think that Obuun's going to get taken from us? Or are we trying to help other people who are getting Gilded Drigged? I think I'm good. Hall of Heliod's Generosity. Do we imagine in a 51 land deck that we're going to have a lot of enchantments to work with? I'll sideboard it. We'll do Vesuva. What's the other one? What is the other land that helps? We're having hiccups. We're having hiccups on the channel here. All right. Are we back? Can you guys see me? Are we back? Thespian Stage. That's right. Thespian Stage. Okay, so we got Thespian Stage. City of Brass, yes. Mana Confluence, yes. Command Tower, same story, right? Exotic Orchard, why not? Why not? We got 51 lands to go through. Mikokoro Gaire's Reach. Is there like a... Well, we're not in black, so we don't really have animate. I would want Gaia Reach Sanitarium if I had like some sort of animate shenanigan, right? I'm not really sure I want to fuel opposing Underworld Breaches in my 51 land deck. But it's not bad. You know what I do want, though, in red is the thing that makes it so all your lands... Tectonic Reformation? Tectonic Reformation? We want to look up utilities that work with our lands, right? Yeah. So this is good. I wouldn't say it's good. We'll put it in the list, though. And now Hall of Heliod Generosity has a little bit more, favor in the list. Field of the Dead Vesuva what is the strategy with Field of the Dead that's being used? Isn't there a Field of the Dead infinite creature thing? I want that. Explain that to me. It was used in another format, right? Field of the Dead was like expensive for a hot minute because of it. It might still be. Anyway. Gavany Township. I know it's probably too early, but sometimes I have a problem with Obuun in the late game. After I play most of my lands, I bring him out the third time. What's the best way to combat it? You could do Commander Beacon, right? If you find that Obuun is getting... Is it Command Beacon? Excuse me. If you find that your commander's getting killed too much, Command Beacon lets you put it from the command zone back into your hand. So that's a way to cheese it. But also you have... if you're trying to use Obuun to combo, you could use the Hellkite Courser, right, to just bring it out from the command zone instead. Splendid Reclamation or World Shaper. This is the combo. We could do Land Destruction Obuun. That would be fun. We do need a crop rotation, yes. So we'll add crop rotation now, but we do want to hit our 51 land count. Remember, this is Obuun 51. So let's just see where we're at. Field of the Dead. Oh, Stomping Ground Thespian stage. Hold up. Did I spell Thespian wrong? That can't be right. I'm Thespian. I trained as a Thespian. Oh, Thespian stage. Okay. Now it makes sense. Could work with Kodama, sure. Sure, I'll add Kodama. We seem to all be interested in Kodama landfall shenanigans, so we'll do Kodama the East tree, right? Which tree is he? I think he's from the East. Anyway, get burgeoning and exploration in this list. You're so sure, huh? You're so sure about it. I don't know in which deck I want to put tectonic reformation, and it fits everywhere. Yeah, I think it should be fun here. If not decent. Let's look into all of the bounce lands, gang. What were the bounce lands? Someone just recommended them. No, okay. Gaia Reach is great for Hull Breacher if we played Hull Breacher. Eula's Influence, that makes bears if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I love the chat. I love the chat. But I'm going to take your Yavimaya Hollow, and I'll raise you. And I'll raise you a Scryfall search. So let's do a quick old search. I just want to see what all of them are. I think someone suggested one of them, but I just want to see all of them. I want all of them. Okay. So you got Boros Garrison. Return a land to my hand. Okay. And then what does Kodama say? What is the Kodama Mama strategy? East tree, baby. Whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't put on the battlefield, you may put a permanent... Kodama bounce land. I'm still not seeing it. Is there another card to this strategy? Unless it's just too elusive for me. But Boros Garrison. We'll put all the bounce lands. They seem fun. I don't know. I gotta get to 51 lands somehow. Gruul Turf. And we got all the lands that were crucial, right? We're also probably going to want to do some sort of ramen up excavator, archivist. What's the something world? Crucible of Worlds. We could do something like that. Oh, there's another bounce land with the Guildless Columns. I don't know. We clearly want to do some Guildless Commons, excuse me. Clearly want to do something fun with these bounty lands. I like Rith's Grove quite a bit. I've always wanted to use one of these layers, so why not? Rith's Grove. Oh, I also want to do, right, someone mentioned the cards that put lands onto the battlefield. We'll add those in a second. Selesnya Sanctuary enters the battlefield's tapped. Okay, is that the last one? Cool. Selesnya Sanctuary. Okay. Gonna try to catch up with you. Combos with Togo. Togo's the dude that makes rocks? Right? Is that the dude that makes rocks? So if we just... We want to just do infinite land DTBs? Into what? Infinite rocks? Into... My qualm is that, you know, if we're trying to do Divergent Transformation to get there, which was what was suggested, you would kill Obuun, you would kill the land, right? And then you'd get Kodama / our boy Togo, right? I'm pretty sure that's who you're speaking of. I have not played any strategy or deck with this guy or seen Togo. Yeah. But yeah, Togo, yeah, I can see that now. We could do that, but it would just be Kodama, Togo, and Obuun getting +1/+1 counters, right, in that instance. Which is okay. Is there something better to do with this? Field of the Dead, anything that creates permanent landfall. Permanents with landfall. Yeah, Field of the Dead. Oh, I see what you mean. We do need specifically a number of lands with different names. Am I correct? If 7 or more lands with different names created 2/2. Huh. Okay. Okay. You play the land, create a token, Kodama bounce trigger, return the bounce land to the hand, then put it on the battlefield with Kodama, create another token, and repeat. Create another token. Sure. Blast Zone. I like Blast Zone. I don't know if I like Blast Zone in triple colored list, but you know, we could. Spore Mound, Kodama bounce land. What is Spore Mound? Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield. Ah ha ha. That is so much mana. But I understand. I understand it. I really want these boys to have haste. Riftstone Portal's in already. Encounters with your commander, sure. Now I remember it's Perilous Foray. Doesn't have to be Togo. Yeah. No, it doesn't apparently. Infinite Land ETBs works with Sunscorched Desert, baby. But does Sunscorched Desert work with the combo line that was just illustrated? I'm not entirely certain. Lotus Cobra would make infinite mana. Thank you, Javier. Zombies from Field. Yes, we do need to meet that mark, though. You do need 7 different named lands, right? Which I think we'll do with a 51 land deck. Wait, we're in red. Yeah. OG Perforos? Oh. So, I think that the best concept here that I heard was the divergent line of play, because we are making a lot of mana and our life total doesn't really matter. So getting benefits from the landfall seems nice, but mostly just using divergent on Obuun and a land to get 2 combo pieces out is kind of the most efficient. Although I do like the concept of working with the landfall triggers. So if we want to go with landfall triggers, we can do that. It does seem like a lot of work. But the OG Perfos is right here. Basically what's being stated is whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Perfos deals 2 damage to each opponent. So we are making creatures with like the Spore Mound, or not Togo, but the Field of the Dead, right? Could do that. But that's only if we're going token making. Yeah. Anything that landfall makes token work. Scoot Swarm, Impact Tremors. It goes infinite. Impact Tremors. I'm new to EDH and just getting into the format concept. Oh, Derek. Oh, Derek. This might not be the video for you, but I'll encourage you to stay. Okay, so let's just go ahead and clear out our lands. I'm going to save and continue again, but let's go ahead. Okay. I don't remember what these are. So we're going to do this. 2 or more opponents, right? No. There should be more. 2 or more opponents. Well, I'm only getting two of these. None of these. We don't need any of these. Name them. We need the fetch lands, though. Yes. Arid Mesa. Yeah. Name all the fetch lands. Go. Because Lord knows. Bloodstained Mire. Fetid Heath. Something Marsh. Marsh Flats. Fetid Heath is a filter land. Marsh Flats is what I'm looking for. Marsh Flats. Can't type for the life of me. Fetid Heath is gone. Wooded Footies, yes. Justin's favorite. You picked white. I never picked white. I wanted to challenge Patrick. Yeah, oh yeah. Gunblade picked white. Technically. Flooded Strand. Yes, Flooded Strand. I like it. Especially that promo. Wooded Footies, we got Verdant Cats. Thanks, guys. You're the best. Such a proactive audience. I appreciate you. Marsh Flats is black. Yes, Marsh Flats is black-white. It's the Orzhov one. Polluted Delts. Check out my polluted delts. Yeah. We want that. The crowd lands are Bountiful Promenade. Thank you. But you saw that. I typed in the text for the cards, and I got 2 of them. I'm not sure what that was about. I need to have a word with Scryfall. Spectator seating. Because we definitely want these. Spectator seating. Okay. Karn's Bastion might be useful with the +1/+1 counters. Karn's Bastion, is this the one that proliferates? We'll talk about it. Misty Rainforest. So we're in a triple colored list. So we should have 9 fetch lands with a Prismatic Vista, provided we want to use Prismatic Vista. So we've got Arid Mesa, Bloodstained Mire, Marsh Flats, Wooded Foothills, Flooded Strands, Verdant Catacombs, Polluted Delta, Misty Rainforest. We're missing one. We're missing one. Oh, someone just named all of them. Yes. Yes. Windswept Heath. That was the one. Thank you. You guys are the best. This deck wouldn't be possible without you. Okay. Okay. War Room and Bonder's Enclave. Maybe not War Room. I know why you want the draw. What are the ones from Modern Horizons? The draw lands? You sacrifice them and draw a card. What are those? Those are the draws I want. Because the sacrificing them can actually be a good thing if we play multiple, lands per turn. We might as well narrow it down here. I'm sure you're saying it. Sun-Baked Canyon. Nothing like a Sun-Baked Canyon. Or Canopy lands. Horizon Canopy. Sun-Baked Canyon. And we also have the blah, 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 blah. Someone said the last one. Is it just the 2? Are we getting the last of them in Modern Horizons 2? Are you guys excited? Who's buying a box? Let me know in the comment section down below. Valakut Awakening? If it counts towards our 51 land count, then yes, Valakut Awakening, right? We're cheesing it. We are cheesing it. Okay. Nurturing Peatlands. Nurturing Peatlands. I think that's black-green, though. I think Nurturing Peatland is not within our colors. Okay. The other isn't in the cycle yet. Yep. Cool. I don't want to make this too difficult for us. I'm going to say that MDFCs definitely count as lands. Because they can be played as lands. Am I wrong? Let's go ahead and look at the deck right now. I know it's not nearly finished, but I do want to get as many lands as we have down. This doesn't mean we slam every MDFC because not all of them are good. I do think Valakut Awakening is good, and obviously something like my favorite one, the red one. Why can't I remember it? That one's good. We should probably incorporate that. Turn Timber Symbiosis is probably something I'm not interested in. Prismatic Vista? Then fuck it. I don't want it. I don't want it in my deck. Get it out of here. Where is it? Prismatic Vista? Prismastic? That's why. Well, I don't want it anymore. I'm not even playing basics in this deck. We have 39 lands, 40 lands. I'm not high on Kodama. I'm sorry. I'm getting rid of Kodama. I'm not high on Kodama. I can't do it. If I have to put Togo in a deck, I can't do it. And I know we don't have to use Togo, but I don't want to use those other cards either. I expected more of you. No, I'm just kidding. Your suggestions were great. I've never fought a Kodama I lost against, but I'm told Kodama's good. I would like to face a well-versed Kodama deck, but I don't know if slamming Kodama in the 99 is great, even if this deck is running with 51 lands. Okay. Command Tower should be in the deck. Shatterskull Smashing. Okay, so if we're looking at the list now, the list has technically 40 lands, so we need 11 lands. 11. Let's get there. Don't hold out on me. This is for Harry Seaward. He needs this deck. So we're also gonna do. We're not gonna do the green one, and the white one is. We're not even gonna talk about the white one. Ancient Tomb, baby. Oh my god. Well, my qualm with Ancient Tomb is that Well, yes, it's traditionally good. We're not... I'm bad at it. We're not really casting many spells in this deck, I don't think. But we'll add Ancient Tomb. Balaged Recovery is a decent MDFC. Sylvan Scrying, Nylea's Intervention, Hour of Promise. I think Sylvan Scrying is the Search of Lands, like crop rotation. I like Sylvan Scrying. Nylea's Intervention, does that only find basics or does it find specific like forest? I don't remember how that modal spell works. But we can look up those types of tutors in a second as well. A few snow basics? Maybe. Undiscovered. Ooh. Okay, yeah. We haven't added any basics, and we probably should. So we've got Shatterskull Smashing, Ancient Tomb, Ancient Tomb, right? So we've got these two added. We need 9 more. So let's just do we need a plains? Not plains. We probably don't need that plains. God, it's so sad. We could add snow basics, but it's not like we're using Tainted Pact. Like, why are we building our mana bases if we're playing Tainted Pact? I want cool land utilities. Throw the good lands at me. Oh, you know what, Darksteel Citadel? It was suggested off the bat. Fuck it. I hope you didn't leave this live stream because I added it for you. All right. Guildless Commons is in. Nylea's gets any land. Well, then, fuck it. Nylea's Intervention. Intervention. I'm not a fan of interventions, but if Nylea's going to be there, I'll come. Only fans. Okay. Strip Mine? Strip Mine never does enough. It's a 4-player format. It's a tough call with Strip Mine. Did we add Scavenger Grounds? No, we did not. But are you saying that you dislike facing Underworld Breach? Then I understand. Okay, so we need 11. We've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 4 more. I'm counting on you. Arena, the land? Maybe. Hour of Promise. You just keep saying Hour of Promise. Is this really... We'll add it. Okay. The Pathway lands. We could. What are the Pathway lands? I don't even know their names. Here, hold up. We'll add the Pathway lands and be done with this. Because I want to move on to the real meat and potatoes of this deck, okay? Because we're definitely going overtime on this one if we don't get... Okay. Branchloft Pathway. Branchloft Pathway. Crag Crown Pathway, Needle. These look so similar. Is it the same artist? No. Okay. Crag Crown Pathway. Crag Crown Pathway. Needle something. Let's see if it just comes up. How about that? Needle what? Needleverge? Needleverge. Okay. It's a cool name. I think that does it for the lands. I just want to see. Boseiju, who shelters all. You came in too late with Boseiju. You came in too late with Boseiju. Because we've got... There's space for Boseiju. There is actually space for Boseiju. Alright, guys. We get 1 land left. We have 1 land for Obuun 51. Make it a good one. Boseiju? Yay or nay on Boseiju is our final land. So that one of the rest of the half of our deck, if it's all not creatures and just instants and sorceries, can be uncounterable. Which is the best land for this deck? We haven't added Sunscorched Desert. I know someone was saying that there could be an infinite landfall Sunscorched Desert thing. The landfall aspect does not matter. You're killing the board that way. Cradle. So now my qualm with Cradle is that I'm not sure we have enough... I'm not to say that Cradle's bad here. Okay. Cradle or Boseiju? Right? We're probably going to say Cradle. Basic Waste. Yeah! You're right. Glacial Chasm. Are we saying Boseiju? Realm Razor, Bane of Progress for weird lock Divergent, maybe? We could do a cute Divergent thing. Wasteland, Desert, Cradle, Wolf Run, Slayer Stronghold. we're just throwing shit out there. We got the scavenger grounds already. Get out of here with that. I'm gonna add Guy's Cradle because it's a staple. If you own a Guy's Cradle, you might as well play it. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Hall of the Bandit Lord. The land we get has haste. Not that that's something we're relying on. Okay, so Obuun 51 is at 51 lands. I already consider this a success. That took a long time. Search library land. Wait. What was that? What is that spell that came out in Eldraine that lets you look at the top 5 and put a land into play? Am I thinking of this wrong? It lets you play it for free. I don't remember. Please throw that out there because I do not remember. Realms Uncharted. Once Upon a Time? Is it really that cliche? Motherfuck. You may reveal a creature or a land and put it in your hand. Yeah, Once Upon a Time. If ever there were a list, I think Once Upon a Time could work here. If we miss our land drop, if we get mana screwed in this deck, I'm going to be very impressed. But I want it. Look at that. It's banned everywhere. It's got to be good, right? Okay. Per's Whim can get any land. All right. Well, I'll see about that. We'll see about that. So let's solidify the actual game plan here, right? My only qualm with Divergent Transformation is it's a one-off in a deck that's not utilizing black, so we don't have a great way to get it, right? However, we do have a bunch of tutors in green, which are probably going to be what we leverage for the most part to get the job done. So the only reason I was really interested in Kodama is because we do have natural order to very easily get Kodama down. So I'm going to add natural order for now. We'll add Eldritch Evolution. We're going to add all of our basic find shit from our deck cards. What is the green-white one? Eladamri's Call. We're going to add Green Sun Zenith. We're going to add Court of Calling. We'll add Court of Calling. I didn't add Finale of Devastation. Get some of these basic find creatures. And I do think that our combo should be creature-centric, because most of our tutors are going to rely on that, right? Okay. Realms Uncharted, I think, is maybe too cute. We'll add it, though. Realms Uncharted. No, Realms Uncharted's good. Never mind. I do know the one you're thinking about. It's the one with the girl on it that lets you find X amount of lands, and then someone gets to pick one for you. It's like Intuition for Lands, something like that. Dear God, I know. Put in Realms Uncharted. Oh, you know what? I'm about to take out Realms Uncharted if someone says it one more goddamn time. 3 visits? Why not? Elvish Reclaimer? Maybe. There's Elvish Reclaimer and there's the Elvish... the girl that does it. Let's just do Elvish Reclaimer. Why not? That could be fun. Okay. Flower Flourish. Flower Flourish. What are you suggesting? What is flower? Flower? That helps. Search your library for basic Forster Plains. I don't know about that one. All right. I'm going to take a second to look at these tutors, okay? I love everything you're saying. I love it. But it's too much. I'm not even halfway caught up with you guys. Knight of the Reliquary is the one. I think someone might have mentioned it there. Knight of... Because why not? Right? Because why not? Reliquary. The inevitable that Harry was talking about off the bat, maybe we get there. Knight of Reliquary. And I do want to add more of the drop lands into play shenanigans. Oh, Tooth and Nail is really cute, right? Tooth and Nail is great for the 1-2 punch, right? I like that. Play the top shown, but play lands top? Play lands top? Is that a thing? Oh, you're talking... Yeah, okay. Weathered Wayfarer is okay. Weathered Wayfarer... Okay, let's see if I can find it. Hold on. For a land, reveal, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Play this only if an opponent controls more lands than you. I don't think that's going to be the case. I really don't. I really do not believe that that's going to be the case. But it is a good card. I like where your head's at. Keep it there. Keep your head there. Nylea's Intervention, I believe we already put in our deck, right? Did I add it? Did I not add it? Yeah, it's in there. Okay. Do we want the rampant growth of the world? Any of that stuff? I kind of want to put lands into play. What are the more lands into play cards? Am I missing them? No, there's some green creatures that let you put lands into play, but not necessarily tutor for them. Harrow's cute. Knight of Reliquary we added. I think we're at the end of our rope here so far as like tutoring lands is concerned. We did add 3 visits, but we did not add the other one, Nature's Lore. We can add Nature's Lore. We're honestly adding a lot of ramp. Do we want to add dorks to this equation? This equation's looking really weird. Mina and Den, Exploration, Sakura Tribe Sprout. Wow. Oh, the suggestions are endless, but I do like it. Green Sun Zenith. Green Sun's Zenith. We're going to fix that. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Just worry that pretty little head of yours. Green Sun Zenith. Okay. Mox Diamond for sure. Yeah, we'll add Mox Diamond, Mana Crypts, Soul Ring. Why not? That's probably all I want to add for rocks. Okay. We playing Punishing Fire Grove for interaction. Fire Grove, is this the one that lights shit up? Wait on. Fiery Grove? Nope. Okay, never mind. Other than beat face, no, there's no win con here. So let's go ahead and look at the deck overall, see what we have. So I know for fact that we've got a lot of mana, we've got a lot of tutor power, right? There's a lot of tutor power. Got a couple of rocks in here. I don't know if we really want to add dorks to the equation. We have such limited space that the real call here is, what is our card combo? Honestly, I don't mind the idea of adding Divergent Transformation. And I've heard the comment a few times. I'm not solely convinced that's the route we go, but it's fine. If we did Divergent Transformation, it's very good with Obuun, right, in a land. We can add Kiki-Jiki Zealous Conscripts or whatever 2-card combo you want in this list. What's another fun 2-card combo that's not Kiki-Jiki Zealous Conscripts? What's a fun 2-card win the game at instant speed? Because Divergent Transformation's instant speed, provided we have our Dryad Arbor, right? But this is the other issue with the list, is that we do have Dryad Arbor. So we would have to remove Dryad Arbor and add another land to the 51 count, which we can figure out. Too bad our lands are not basic focused. Otherwise, we could run Blood Moon Ruination. Yeah, it's true. Expedition map. I don't think we need to find any more lands. Kiki Bellringer. So I want to do this at instant speed. Let's try to win the game at instant speed. If we have Divergent, which is an instant speed spell, this is the one that's been suggested, and I don't mind it. We need to, 1, remove Dryad Arbor, 2, pick an A+B combo in Naya that wins the game on the spot. It could be, it really could, well, no, that's not true. What sucks about this is that we can't use the Walking Ballista, but we could use Triskelion Heliod? We could use Triskelion Heliod. I'm feeling Triskelion Heliod. I don't know. If you have haste, it's Perilous Forays and another. Hold up. I think I cracked the code. I cracked the code. We're doing Triskelion Heliod. Because I want to test this deck before our hour's up. Divergent Transformation. So with Eldritch Evolution, we can actually very easily get Triskelion. Okay, hear me out. Because Eldritch off of our boy gets him. Heliod, unfortunately, is 3 CMC, so there's not a real great way to get Heliod's Sun Crowned out. But we also need Triskelion, because Triskelion 6 CMC, right? So our tutors work very effectively here. Now, mind you, things like Court of Calling are not going to be as good. We don't really have a great way to use Court of Calling, nor do we have a great way to manipulate our Gaia's Cradle, necessarily, unless we're using creature lands. You know, it's possible to make a sword out of orphan blood. Thank you for that. We got the tutors. Enlightened tutor, idyllic tutor. You're so right. You're so right. I'm so foolish. How could I forget our tutors? Proteus, stop with that. Don't even suggest Protean Hulk right now. Don't. We have the strategy. It's Triskelion. It's Triskelion Heliod, okay? I solved the equation. I'm just like that girl from Quandrix, okay? I can be like her. I am her. All right, so we've got 50 lands now, and I'm sorry, I'm taking out Gaia's Cradle. If this is the route we're going, we're still going to keep Dryad Arbor up there, okay? We need to add 2 more lands. No, we need to add 2 more lands. Damn it. All right, I guess we add Boseiju. You know, Boseiju's not so bad here, though. Because if we're relying on Divergent Transformation, then it's not bad. And someone said Hall of the Bandit Warlord. Hold up. No, I'm going to add a Snow Basic. I'm going to add a Snow Plains. Okay? Trust me. We're going to want the Snow Plains. We're going to want it. Okay. Sylvan Tutor for redundancy. Worldly Tutor for redundancy we don't have. And yes, so we will add that. Let's go ahead and look at our list, see what we're missing so far as relevant tutors are concerned. But we do need to add a handful more cards, and then we'll get to testing this. And of course, we're going to get to our other list in just a second. But we have 75 cards. That means we have 25 slots. We do need to add interactions, so we have deflecting swats of the world, all that stuff to add. The goal now is for this A plus B combo. So, and it's not perfect because we do need to provide lifelink. So you need to factor that in on your Tooth and Nail. So if you do Tooth and Nail, for 9 mana entwined, you need to add 2 more mana, and then the dream comes true. But it happens at instant speed, which is really good with our Divergent Transformation, right? We have a lot of ways to find lands, almost too many. Once upon a time, not necessary, but we're going to keep it. Hour of Promise, yeah. Eldritch Evolution, like I said, Obuun 51, the King of the Ring, is going to swing into Triskelion, which is what we want. Finale of Devastation, fine. Nature's Lore, why not? 3 visits, same story. Nylea's Intervention, again, just tutor all the lands. Not that we're not drawing all the lands, but tutor them. I do think that in a world where we are concentrating on our land base, I think that cycling lands are probably formidable here. Just basic cycling lands would probably be wise, but, you know, that's a different day, a different story. So, guys, how much ramp does one man need? Go. You want idyllic? You got idyllic, tutor. This is why we run the snow-covered plains. Okay. So we need to add, with our list, it said we had 75 cards. And now we have 74. How the hell does that work? Oh, I took out a card. Never mind. 15 ramp. 12 to 15 ramp. Hot damn. Okay. Well, bearing in mind that our things like Nature's Lore, 3 visits, those are technically ramp, right? So, yeah. I'm with you, though. We can add dorks, though. So, Exploration. Yes. Abundance. Yes. No Azusa because of the Divergent line of play. right? I'm always happy to use Divergent Transformation. What are the other, you may play additional lands this turn that aren't creatures? Nope. Okay. Because these are going to be seemingly useful for us. Enter the unknown. Target creature explores. You may play an additional land this turn. Enter the unknown. Burgeoning is not bad. Give me 1 second, though. So we added Exploration. We added Explore? Not yet. Burgeoning is actually really good, right? Okay. These are the ramp pieces I want, so that we could run something like a Null Rod, if anything, right? If any stacks, then just the one Null Rod is probably fine. Okay. Burgeoning Fastbound, baby. Oh, I wish. Stop. You may play up to 3 additional lands this turn. Summer Bloom. Sacrifice X lands. For each sacrifice land, draw a card. You may play X additional lands this turn. Enter the battlefield tap. Nahiri's Lithoforming. Is it ever good? Is it ever good? Answer that question. Is this ever good? Okay. Wayward Sabertooth is so good. I bet it is. Enter the Unknown is really bad. It needs creature target. We always have our commander. To be perfectly honest with you, put the card in your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, you may put a 1/1 counter on. It's fine. Explore is fine. But Rites Flourishing? No. Wait. No. Don't want that. Okay. And we can't have creatures. Can't have creatures in this deck. Outside of the 2 we already have. We could add a Horn of Greed, right? Whenever you play a land. Wait. Think of the useful landfall utilities, right? Okay. I don't like Horn of Greed, but we benefit the most off of Horn of Greed. That's the only reason I would say it's somewhat worthwhile. But maybe playable here. I'm talking about this. Let's see what we have right now. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card. That's actually not bad. Valakut Expiration here. Sort of extra value and also damage. Okay. Nahiri's Lithomancy. It's like, yeah, if ever, right? Why not? I mean, it's okay. Lotus Cobra. Nope, can't add creatures. Felidar Retreats. We want stuff that synergies with our boy. So I really want to draw cards. I can't tell you how much I want to draw cards. Morag's Fury of Akum. Tapped out instead of... It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Course of Bounty is delicious. Course of... Oh. What? Course of Bounty. Is this a card? It's not a card. Magmatic Insight. Thank you. That's a very good choice. Okay. Let's save this and continue really quick. Prime Evil Bounty. What about stacks? We could add stacks, but we do need to add a few things. Like a Pyroblast. Look at Red Elemental Blast. We could add rituals. I'm not really sure how meaningful the rituals are in this deck. But it's odd. We're really relying on a handful of combo cards to make our dreams come true here. Which is fine. But I think Fork and Reverberate are going to be very good friends for us. Because we kind of want to steal tutors. Broken Bond is instant. Is Broken Bond instant? Broken Bond. Okay. You may put a land If broken bone, no, it's not. It's not an instant. You got me to look though. Aggressive mining, no. Thank you for retracting that. Veil of Summer's not bad. Veilfo Summer. But yeah, that's draw, right? Pseudo draw. Primeval Bounty. Are you okay? Oh my god. So expensive. I'm okay on that one. Nature's Revolt, Elish Norn. Linvala with Living Plane is also fun. Seed Time is cute. An extra turn is almost like a draw. Okay, so we've got plenty of room to spare here. We've got a lot to play with. So in 10 cards, our goal is pretty simple. We're not really utilizing all of the lands we went for here, but that's okay. We're on a little bit of a time crunch. We're going to go over here. Let's go ahead and add just decent removal that you would want to see. So we have 8 cards to play with. We can add stacks, right? Stacks and removal are somewhat parodies of each other here. Stony Silence is great because we're not really relying on artifacts. Root Maze kind of screws us over. But not really. I think Root Maze should be fine. And also we can add Blind Obedience. The things that make things slower. I'm not really sure I care for anything beyond that you can't do that or that comes into play tapped effects. Swords and Path. I can see Swords to Plowshare. Right, and this should cover 5 of our cards. Angelic Ascension. Ooh, you know what's really cool? Actually, Luminarch Ascension. Is that what you meant? Luminarch Ascension? We can do Luminarch Ascension. That's fine. Mind you, we're going to get swung at, but it's not really impactful if they deal damage to a Nihilist. So who knows? Maybe it sticks around. Rip Apart. We do not need Smothering Tithe. Rip Apart. Why not? All right, 3 more cards and we get to test this beast. Again, no creatures. No more creatures. We don't want any of those. Creatures are a no-no. We can use a Reality Scramble. I'll tell you why in a second. We can use Reality Scramble here. Ooh, that's not good though. Is it a land creature? I'll look at it later. I'll look at it now. It's still a land. Rah! Still a land. Okay. Put target perma on the owner. Yeah. If it was just a creature, then Reality Scramble would be usable. We could use Reality Scramble twice to do the thing. But because it's still a land, it kind of screws over our strategy. We need 2 more cards. Relic of Progenitus. Yeah. We can do something that hates the graveyard, like Rest in Peace. That's fine. And we can also add Crucible of Worlds. Why not? This is very odd, just the way it's structured already. Let's just start there. We got 51 lands, so let's try it. Amulet of Vig. How did we... Hold up. We have 51 lands. We have 51 lands. And this is how many lands we get. Do we keep it? How does that happen? We keep it. Fuck it. We've got to just draw lands from this point, right? We've got to just draw lands. So yeah, here. Fine. Because I've got so much interaction. Thank you, Mana Dork. Thank you, you beautiful animal, for that super chat. I appreciate it. Was it the absurdity of my first hand that prompted that? I appreciate you. What the fuck? All right. Never thought I could get mana screwed in a deck like this, but let's go. I know that we're only going to draw lands from here on out. So we've got Boseiju and Divergent Transformation, right? So this is the dream we talked about. Mind you, it's 4 mana to do Divergent Transformation, and then we need 2 additional mana with Heliod to do the trick with Triskelion. So let's go. Not a land, but we can do Realms Uncharted, and we can do it at instant speed. So we have interaction with Red Elemental Blast. Divergent Transformation, by the way, it doesn't have to be our creatures. I know that's stupid. So we do have removal in the future, not on this turn. I don't know how we missed a land. Don't ask me. But we do have Realms Uncharted. So search your library for 4 lands with different names and reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of those cards, put the chosen cards into your graveyard and the rest into your hand. So I think we do this now despite the fact that it's instant speed because we want a land drop. So, yeah. To be perfectly honest with you, none of our lands are entirely important in this juncture. If we're just looking at what's in our hand, I think Taiga needs to be one of them, but we definitely want red sources so that we have the potential to do Divergent Transformation down the line. If our Mox Diamond gets destroyed, we have REB available for us. And obviously having green would be nice too. So stomping, this is clearly broadcasting the fact that we want red-green. But then we can, also give ourselves City of Brass, Command Tower, whatever. We need colors. I don't know how this happens, but we need colors. And we're going to pretend that, they want us to lose life. So they give us City of Brass and they give us Stomping Ground. That would make the most sense, right? For our opponent. We'll go ahead and shuffle our library. I say, haha, I do this. Why not? How many lands are you even running? 51. This is Obuun 51. So we made our land drop. We're clear to do whatever we dream of. Now, the thing is, we can actually use the Worldly Tutor here to grab Heliod. Because it's not great, though. I wouldn't say that Worldly Tutor is a fantastic card for this list. Maybe we opt that out for removal or something else. Okay, so off turn, we don't need to use our mana. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't see myself wanting to cast Worldly Tutor here because we have the Divergent line of play available to us. Cheating out the combo seems the best bet. So really just getting mana in our hands is the best thing for us right now. So maybe an Ancient Tomb would have been really good. That's fine. There was no saying that that was going to go into our hand or not. All I know is that I want to get Obuun down so we start doing something with our life. I do think that using Worldly Tutor here is not fantastic for us, sadly. So this is fine. We'll just take our turn. Enlightened Tutor, though, I cannot believe. We're really lucky. We're either really lucky or just not lucky at all because we top decked the one land, but we haven't hit another since. So you can't account for that. Do we want to play Obuun now? Probably, right? Yeah. We want to start living that dream. So what's weird here is that Enlightened Tutor in this particular scenario would want to grab Tectonic Reformation because the deck's utilizing 51 lands. It's more than half land, so you want to be able to cycle those lands. Well, guess what? Not useful. Worldly Tutor, also not useful when you have Divergent Transformation. So we're just going to go for the Divergent here. We're going to save ourselves the Mox Diamond, and we'll go ahead and use... Oh, shit, we do need to use it right now, don't we? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we're gonna have to use it. It's going to be our white... It doesn't matter. We have the City of Brass. We'll lose life. And then, of course, we'll keep the Boseiju up. Who knows? Okay. But also, this doesn't untap the land, does it? Right? No, it doesn't. Okay. That's fine. Whatever. Boseiju becomes a thing. Swing with it. Hopefully they don't remove it to be cheeky. I don't know why they would. But yeah, move on from there. Now, the thing is, if you were wondering if we could have got that landfall in, we couldn't. But it would have been cool. All right. Yes, lands. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana available. Remember, we need at least 6 to do the hat trick. Are you guys ready? Is this, do we have it? We have REB for protection. I think we might have it. Silence is something we needed to add. Why didn't you guys suggest that? At any rate, here we go. Obuun goes into combat. Obuun sees Boseiju. Bam, it's a creature now. However, I'm going to tap Boseiju to generate 1 generic mana to cast a Divergent Transformation, which I'll also use a Soul Ring and a Stomping Ground for. Whatever, doesn't matter. We'll use the seeding, spectator seeding. So Divergent will get rid of the Boseiju. It's done at this point. It's going to get rid of Obuun. Okay, this is uncounterable now. We search our library for... Okay. I mean, the REB, it's really irrelevant at this point, but, you know, we have it. It should be in my hand. Triskelion. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Guys, come on. Turn 4. We're living the dream on turn 4. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yes. Lifelink. Now, my only qualm here is that what would have been really great is to lead into this with a mana rock of our own so that we had mana to do the thing again. Because if for some reason someone has removal for us, right? So the only thing we really have protection against right now is like a Chain of Vapor, any sort of bounce effect that could stop us from doing the thing in response to Heliod giving Triskelion lifelink, right? So in an ideal world, we would have been able to go ahead and light and tutor another rock that would have given us the mana requisite, like a Mox Amber or something in the situation. We know Heliod's legendary, to give us the requisite mana to do it again. But, we win the game, guys. Obuun 51, success. I hope you're happy, Harry. Never want to look at that again. I like to take a break in between decks, but because we're already over, and I want to give this an hour for Gunblade here, let's go ahead and start. Volrath loves Biovisionary. Okay, so Gunblade's in the audience, but you know it. Everyone else doesn't. Should be on the more casual side, so keeping individual card value to about 20 or less. So, I've already taken the liberty to do our lands for Volrath the Shape Stealer. And by the way, Obuun, oh my God. To you, Obuun, I need a drink after that. Despite getting land fucked, I don't know how, we did really good. I do want to take a second to talk about that. Harry said it was inevitable in his best Thanos impression, and he was right. He was definitely right. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. I feel like we need more interaction or stacks. I definitely believe that Obuun 51 has wings, can fly. That starting hand we had was so sweet because knowing that the deck is more than half lands, having a bunch of just good utility was great. So even if Divergent was countered, right? We didn't have the Boseiju, and we didn't have the REB. We did have the Worldly Tutor / Enlightened Tutor. Like, that's Triskelion and Heliod right there. Now, my only thing is, if you were to go back and refine it, if you want to play Obuun 51, I definitely recommend Savine's Reclamation to get Heliod back in the least. Anything to recover artifacts from your graveyard. A Noxious Revival would be fantastic for that list. Obviously, Silence is also very good, but you can see the allure of using Divergent Transformation, which is something that was originally in my Rograk Tevesh list. So, it works. It really works. I don't think... Polymorph is definitely slept on, the effect of drawing something out of your library. It's very fun to play with, so thank you for whomever was suggesting it religiously. I love the effects. I'm glad it worked. Okay, so... Did you suggest Silence, Gunblade? Did you? Because I definitely missed it. Okay. Are you going to Goldfish 1v1 yourself? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we goldfished the list once. That was enough because we are running overtime and I do have stuff to get to after this. However, we're at 30 lands here with Volrath. We're using all of our Mdfcs and all of these cards need to be under $20. If I'm not mistaken, they are, at least from what I checked. There are cheaper City of Brasses available. We can't use Mana Confluence, though, because Mana Confluence is over $20. But this is our land base for this. It's structured so that it's an even split, roughly, but I'm not certain this is where we land. The only trick to this list is that we want to win with Biovisionary. Okay, so Volrath the Shapestealer. We are in Sultai. 2 generic, black, green, blue, legendary creature, shapeshifter, 7/5 body. Hot damn. Hot damn. What is that counter spell? If you have 7 or more power, we're definitely using that. We're definitely using that. Okay. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature. It's probably going to be in an opponent's. We're likely not going to rely on any sort of -1, Hapatra manipulation shenanigan. You could, I guess, but that's not something we're concerned about. 1 generic, until your next turn, Volrath Shapestealer becomes a copy of target creature with a counter on it, except it's a 7/5, and it has this ability. Oh, whoops, totally forgot that. The -1 is going to go on Biovisionary when we make that dream come true. And Biovisionary, we'll look over Biovisionary now. Because it's 3 CMC, of course, we're going to use Eldritch Evolution to push Biovisionary out, and obviously any sort of copy creature effects, because we're trying to win with Biovisionary. If you've never seen Biovisionary, it's Simic, a generic human wizard, 2/3 body. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more creatures named Biovisionary, you win the game. I know. You could say Thassa's Oracle, but we're doing Biovisionary. I got Mana Confluence in my modern deck. I could pull it out. Oh, I mean, we're gonna stick with the 20 and under deal for this. Just came back. How did you not add the land nesting grounds? You can. It's up for you. Stubborn Denial? Yes, for sure. Or the Ozolith? Damn. So there's a Biovisionary deck. Yes, it is. The Great Henge costs 0 generic with Volrath. Holy shit. So many good suggestions. Okay, so I want to add all of the Volrath staples. But starting with... Hold up. Wait. Counter, spell, colorless. This one. I want to use... Where is it? This. Not of this world. Oh, yes. Sorry, didn't mean to go that close. Counter target spell or ability that targets a permanent you control. This spell costs 7 less to cast if it targets a spell or ability that targets a creature you control with 7 or greater power. I do think that Biovisionary is likely the target for removal. I don't give a damn. We're using Not of This World. You can take it out, Gunblade, but I've always wanted to use Not of This World. It only really sees play in Zergo on occasion, but it's one of the coolest spells. Mind you, we are in the color of Ad Nauseam. I don't really care. We could go that route, but if we're going to do Ad Nauseam, I'd rather us play for a win and not value Naz. It feels a little weak. Okay. But I like Stubborn Denial a lot. I think that makes sense. Stubborn Denial. Shit, we didn't even... You were talking about Nesting Grounds. We didn't even add Deflecting Swat, which would have been really good while, Divergent Transformations on the stack to deflect. Doesn't matter. Moving on. Obuun 51. It is about 51% there. I'm going to give it that, because finding the lands was... Keep the snow covered basic, by the way. Okay, so we're going to add all of your dream cards. What are your dream cards for Volrath? Tell me. Infinite Reflection? Oh, wait, is this a way to do the thing? Because we need to do the thing. When Infinite Reflection enters the battlefield attached to a creature, each other non-token creature you control... Non-token creatures you control enter the battlefield as a copy... I'm trying to think of how we can manipulate this well. It's very costly, is my one concern. Unless there's a way you can think to cheat it out. I wouldn't say it's my favorite route. For Biovisionary, though, it's tricky because we need a lot of clone effects, but we want mass clonage. We're not in red, which would be the color of choice in my opinion, but we still do have a lot of copy effects in blue, like both creatures and spells, either instant or sorcery. I forget all of them, but there's certainly a route. There's an avenue of approach here. You can even use Helm of the Host if you want to get real cheeky to make copies of your Volrath, right? Helm of the Host. They're non-legendary, right? Don't even remember. I've lost to this thing so many times. Yeah, okay. But yeah, you could do that. If that's the route we want to go. I guess we should probably discuss the win con for this list first. Fractal Bloom. Why not add Essex Fractal Bloom? Is that how you spell it? Okay. The first time you would create one or more tokens during each of your turns, you may instead choose a creature other than Essex Fractal Bloom and create that many tokens. You can natural order Essex Fractal Bloom out. The first time you would create one or more tokens during each of your turns, you may instead choose a creature other than Essex Fractal Bloom and create that many tokens that... Ooh. So wait, what is the combo card with Essex? Am I missing something here? I love Not of This World in general. I'm just happy that I can put it in a list whether it makes sense for that list. Are we going to use copy creatures like Stunt Double, etc.? I think things like... Yes, the answer is yes. Like, Phantasmal Image is very good. Just as a value engine, Phantasmal Image is very good. It doesn't need to be there with Biovisionary to be acceptable. We will be using our dorks in this list. So we can go ahead and add our Llanowar Elves. We'll add our... God, my mind is blowing from the previous deck we just made, so I will definitely need help here. We're in black, so we can use our what's his name? The Golgari guy. Oh my god, I can't think for the life of me. Rite of Replication. I think that's a good one. Mystic Reflection is good. Yes, Mystic Reflection is good. The Great Henge is over 20. Is the Great Henge over 20 right now? Okay, thank you for that. So we won't do that. I think Phantasmal Image might be over the mark as well. But we'll add Essex just because I think that's kind of cute, and maybe we can do something with that. With like a Eldritch Evolution, Natural Order. No, Natural Order's over 20 as well. Hold up. Natural Order is not over 20. Okay, so Natural Order. Those prices have actually gone down. That's really nice. Eldritch Evolution, I do not believe is over 20. Okay. And we were also looking at Echoing Equation. I'm going to add these and look at them later. I assume that you're not lying to me. Ooh, Orvar the Allform is kind of cute. Yeah. Now, guys, is Phantasmal Image over the mark, though? Is it Orval Redenbacher? Twincast, Replicate, or... Okay, so let's go ahead and... Survival of the Fittest, Deep Forest, Biovisionary in play. Deep Forest. You guys are great, by the way, for the assist. Deep Forest Hermit? I see now. I see. That gives us the 4, right? But that's a lot of work. I think Volrath is going to be our main... Is going to be the linchpin for this. Generous Patron for Volrath's trigger. Generous Patron. This is the one that gives +1/+1 counters to things. Enters the battlefield, support 2, right? You may put yeah. Draw engine. Okay, I like it. Neoform is fine with any of our 2 CMC spells to get Biovisionary out, right? Yes, I like that. Elves of Deep Shadow. Yes, thank you. So let's go ahead and add our dorks. So we've done 2, if I'm not mistaken, right? Finehorn, Llanowar Elves, Finehorn. We have Elvish Mystic. We have Elves of Deep Shadow already. I did miss the Golgari one, if you guys can assist me with that. Birds of Paradise. Did someone say it? I have to look this sucker up. Why can't I remember his name? He's black-green. Add mana. Wait up. That's right, Shaman. Jeez Louise. Shaman. Ooh. Do we use the Culling Ritual? Culling Ritual is kind of cool. It's It's so good, but this deck is not... I'm going to add Culling Ritual for now. We can also use some good tutors, but we're not quite there yet. Let's go ahead and add the rest of our dorks. I think that we might have hit the mark here. There's just Boreal Druid to consider, which is a non-bow. We don't want to do that. And I think that's it for the dorks. There's like a good 7 or 8, if I'm not mistaken, in these colors. Like, we can't use Avacyn Pilgrim. I could be wrong. We'll look at it in a second, see if we're missing anything. I got Death right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As an alternate win, we can do Defense of the Heart. I don't like Defense of the Heart. Essex and Avenger to get infinite tokens. Avenger Zendikar? Avenger Zendikar. This is the guy that makes little weeby plant tokens. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a 1/1 counter on each plant you control. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and just take a look at our mainstays, what we're looking at right now. So we've got all of our lands down. I think that this is enough ramp, if not all the ramp. We have our natural order to find... We have our natural order to find Essex if we go that route. Now, mind you, what is a good way? Because we only need, technically, with Volrath down, we only need to make 2 tokens. Without Volrath, we need to make 3 tokens of Biovisionary. So what is a good way to generate tokens in mass? We were just offered Zendikar Avenger. I do think that's a little expensive. I'm not sure we're going to try to tooth and nail that sort of thing out. I would never recommend Defense of the Heart, so I'm not going to play it. But you could. Essex Avenger isn't infinite, just a whole lot. Yeah, Essex only works once a turn. But it's 1 or more. Am I wrong? Hold up. You said other creatures, that many tokens. So, like, when you do the thing, just make sure it's for 3 or 2. And provided you have Volrath, then, you know, you get to do the thing. Also, any sort of blink effect would help this, but blink effects and Sultai, it's usually reserved to white. I'm not really sure what blink effects we have. But the first time is not even concerned with Essex being there or not. So we're screwed. We're screwed is what I'm saying. Eska's Chariot. Oh, yes. Wait. I really like this suggestion. Wait, create token. Just create token. Create token. We'll start with like create token in general. I just want to see what we're working with. Although we do want to look up copy as well. But Eska's Chariot's cute because you get 2 cats, if I'm not mistaken. And that would do the thing, technically. So I appreciate that. Ghostly Flicker. Damn, how did I forget about Ghostly Flicker? Bloom Tender is cute. Bloom Tender is maybe too little too late, in my opinion. Polymorphous Rush might be good here. Okay. I don't know what that is either. Mirage Mirror of the Four Bears. Oh, is this the... yes. Okay, so I see what you're saying. These are decent ways to copy things. We do have a lot of artifact tutors in blue, so let's consider these artifacts potentially. Sakashima's Will. Yeah, actually. So let me just... Shima's Will. We can actually use Sakashima's Student. We could use Sakashima's Student. Target opponent choose a creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. That's pretty dope. I actually really like this. Sakashima's Will is not bad. It's sort of like a... It's 4 mana, mind you. But it does win the game, right? In much the same way we would try to manipulate an ad nauseum to win the game. Sakashima's Will could win the game for 1 less, and then you have mana available for protection, right? You just need to wait out the rest of your turn once you get your Biovisionary down, and then with your dorks and whatever you have at this point. We are using Dryad Arbor as well, so that's actually not a bad plan. Good one. Thank you for the Sakashima's Will, Bruno. The Fabricate mechanic. Yes. Okay. I don't know if it's going to come up with the search text I have available now, but we'll just see if it pops up. If you guys can think of the best ways to generate mass tokens, I do think Essex is just a little too cute for this. I'm not entirely certain that's the best route to go. I would honestly rather just use my tutors to find Sakashima's Will, have protection with Biovisionary down to do the thing. As a matter of fact, I don't want to sidetrack here too much. I do think that this is much... I think the natural order is likely just going to be used for Biovisionary. Try to keep the lines neat and tidy, as mana efficient as possible, right? We can add rituals here on top of our dorks. I'm not really sure that these are going to stay, but I'll add them for now. Obviously, we can talk about our counter suite in a second, but do bear in mind as we go along here, if you're tuning in a little bit late, that we are trying to keep every card under $20. The fabricate mechanic is cute. I do think that we are getting rid of that subline of play, so I'm not concerned with it anymore. We have Right of Replication in the list already. So create a token that's a copy of target creature. If that spell was kicked, create 5 tokens instead. I forgot to add Gaia's Cradle, so let's just add Gaia's Cradle right now. By the way, sorry. Whoops. Definitely want Gaia's Cradle. And we can go ahead and remove one of our forests, I think, for the Gaia's Cradle. The Dryad Arbor makes the difference in my book. Replication technique. Okay, so let's just take a gander at what we have here, because I do think that Volrath is not going to do enough by itself. But I do think we have a lot of great ways to get cheeky and like cheese out the combo, right, with Biovisionary. So Sakashima's Will is a big one. Again, the natural order is likely unnecessary at this point. It's a little costly. The kicker on Right of Replication is quite a bit. And it's not like this is a high tide deck, so we're not really going to get there that way. And even Gaia's Cradle is going to have a tough time sort of jamming that. The one thing to consider, and it was mentioned, like if there's a 1-2 punch with Biovisionary, can you think of a tooth and nail combo with Biovisionary that just wins on the spot? If you can, let me know. Comes into play, creates multiple tokens. That's what I was sort of trying to take a look at here. So let's just see if we can't find something that makes tokens. I don't think there is, but I don't research blue often, so I don't quite know. I see Polyrush. We'll look at Polyrush really quickly. Wait up. That meets the requirement. Yeah. I like, thank you. Polymorphous Rush is good. Okay. Oh my god, that's why I didn't add Gaia's Cradle. That is why I didn't add Gaia's Cradle. Thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, Right of Replication is just a dream. It's fine when Biovisionary gets exiled. Does the commander still win? Likely not. We don't have a great way other than like Rift Sweeper in this list to do that. But this is technically a Biovisionary deck, so do bear in mind that we are trying to make that the end game. So we're going to have to add a Rift Sweeper. Infinite Reflections is fun, but too expensive. Too expensive like CMC-wise, or like too expensive... The card is too expensive. Yeah, no, this was suggested earlier. Yes, this is too expensive. Okay. So we can stop. Thank you for the Weapons Craft Enthusiast. We're not using that subline of play. We've got 2 really great spells here, right? So we're going to use Demonic Tutor. Let's get in all of our tutors, all of our fast mana, right? Nope, that's not how you spell that. Okay. Diabolic Intent. We're going to grab all of our essential tutors to get Biovisionary down. I think I've already added Eldritch Evolution. I'm not a fan of Natural Order anymore with how this deck is structured. So let's go ahead and take that out. And we know all of our tutors. Double Major. Hold up. Wait, I talked about this one. I forget what it does. I want to do like something like this in Twin Cast or something like this in other copy spells. Is there a way to copy a spell? Hold up. Is there a cute way to make infinite copies of our Biovisionary? Is there like a cute... Because what I would do normally is like... if we were just in red, we could use like a Dockside Extortionist, Eternal Witness, Twin Flame, make infinite copies with Strive. There's nothing like that in blue. If you guys know the combo line I'm talking about. I don't think there's anything like that in blue. Double Major's fine. We can add it to the side for now because with Phantasmal Image, stuff like that, we're going to be able to do the job. And I just really want to quickly look and just see if Phantasmal Image is under $20. Okay. So all of our tutors. Let's get our tutors out of the way, gang. We've got Imperial Seal, Demonic Tutor. Oh my god. See, I keep doing it. Under $20. None of these are under $20. Hold up. My hope of hopes. God damn. None of these are under 20. Maybe Diabolic Intent? Oh my gosh. Not even that. Madness. Wow, being in black is so irrelevant right now. This is awful. Yeah, we have Neoform. We have Neoform. Wait, is the new search card? Wait up. Rushed Rebirth? Rushed Rebirth. Wait up. Is this Rushed Rebirth? Yes. Okay. Rushed Rebirth is doable. That's not how you spell that. Okay. So I think we're going to have to rely on our creature to field tutors. I think Worldly Tutor's got to be over $20, right? Okay. So this is a real difficult restriction. We do need to get there, though. We can't use those. Natural Order... Shit, Natural Order is under $20, so I guess it is definitely in. We'll take it off our sideboard in a second. We'll add Soul Ring because so far as Fast Mana is concerned, I don't think any of it is under $20. Chrome Mox would be the only one that's potentially. I really don't think it is, though. No, and we're not using gold copies of anything. I would say that's a restriction. Wishclaw Talisman, yes, is definitely under $20. So thank you. Wishclaw Talisman, under $20 tutors that I haven't hit, right? So we did Rush Rebirth, Natural Order, Wishclaw Talisman, hit me up. Mystical Tutor, Merchant Scroll, yeah, why not? Mystical Tutor. Are these under $20? I'm going to take your word on it. Is Quadruplicate. That sounds like it does the thing. Speaking of duplicate, did anyone else watch Invincible on Amazon Prime? Because it was really fucking good. I don't know if Quadruplicate is a card. I feel like you're trolling me here. And if you are, shame on you. Okay, let's see here. Quasi-duplicate. Are you trolling me again? Okay. Create a tune that's a copy of target creature you control. So this technically we can do twice, right? With the jumpstart. So if we have Volrath, this is potentially a way to win the game. Okay, so we'll do quasi-duplicate. I'm iffy on it, but this is fine. Grim Tutor is definitely under the mark. We can use Grim Tutor. Thank you. A Momar Vig. Is Momar Vig gonna fit within the... Okay. Whenever you cast a green creature spell, you may search your library for a green card, reveal it, put it... Okay, on top. So it's like a Worldly Tutor every single turn. Because a blue creature spell, reveal the top of your library. If it's a creature card, you can put the card into your hand. I'm a little iffy on the cost of Momar Vig. We could, and we should definitely add a subline of play here. We need to see what works within our copy line. Honestly, Narumea, we could add like a Narumea backup. This could be Volrath / Narumea in the background because Naru's generally used for like the Ghostly Flicker combo inside of her own deck, but she is fine so far as copying spells is concerned. If I'm not mistaken, she lets you copy any spell. So we could have her as a backup line of play, but she will work with if you, it needs to be something you control, so it's not as good as Dualcaster Mage, but if you were to use your quasi-duplicate, or you were to use, oh, it doesn't haste enable, does it? Do any of these haste enable? Naru, you're failing me, girl. All right, let's see what you guys talked about. Green Sun Zenith, though, yes. Green Sun's Zenith, we all knew that. And because our boy is Simic, we should be able to grab him that way. Scheming Symmetry is okay. I'm a little iffy on it because we don't have a way to directly draw available to us at all times. And I mean, in the command zone, Volrath doesn't do anything of that regard. So we're really giving someone a draw if we don't have any sort of card quality effect in our hand. And we should look into card quality effects in a second. Like, it's actually more expensive than I thought it would be. Ponder's got to be cheap, right? All these things got to be cheap. And we'll add them in a second. I don't know. Ponder. We do need to add counter spells, but we need to make sure that they're under $20. Is Summoner's Pack... Hold up. Court of Calling, yes. Right? In the confines of this deck, that this could be dangerous. Like, I'm not sure we can win on the spot with this. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's try it. I like Narset's Reversal, provided it's under the cost requirement. Yeah. Beseech the Queen. Shit. Solve the Equation is the new blue tutor. Yeah, Solve the Equation is a little expensive, but we could use it. We can use it. Fine. That's fine. Not a fan of Defense of the Heart at all. Birthing Pod's probably over $20 though, guys. It's not, but I mean, are we able to pod effectively in this list? I know Fauna Shaman was recommended. We are in black, so is there a good reanimate target for us? Sakashima just comes in as a copy of any one thing. Volrath would come in as a copy of any one thing. I would only want to incorporate Fauna Shaman if we're trying to go for a reanimate line of play, because that's part of the beauty of being able to do that. Survival of the Fittest is out of reach so far as our budget is concerned. Hold up. I just want to see if we can make multiple copies. I don't know how else to look for it other than just doing this. So let's just see if we can find... Because we do have a couple ways already, mind you. We have a couple ways already. I do want to see if there's some creatures that we can do this with. So maybe I'll narrow this down a little bit. Oh my god. Creature. Okay. Okay. It's doubtful. It's highly doubtful. Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy a spell. Yeah. Archmage could be cute for this list. If we do a chain of smog, but I don't know, we're not going to do that. Oh my gosh. Okay, the chat is just catching up. Vivian Monsters Advocate. That's the thing. Inexpensive card and can bring back any one thing. I'm sorry. Phyrexian Delver. Oh yeah, that's not bad. It is within the budget. I want something that creates multiple copies. That's a creature, because most of our tutors are creature based now. Within this budget, most of our creatures are most of our tutors are creature based. So if we can have a thing that comes in as multiple copies, that's really great. The copy and that's not what we want. Witherbloom Apprentice is a way to win the game, provided we have a Chain of Smog, right? If you guys have seen this combo, Chain of Smog is now $23. Okay, never mind. Never mind that. I'm not going to do a backup line of play. We are all in. As a copy of any creature you control. Okay, so we're sort of at the end of our road here. We have the Phantasmal Image as one option, and none of these other ones that I'm immediately seeing makes multiple copies, so we're really just going to rely on finding the shits. I did add Orvar, but I'm not sure it's under 20. Okay, it's under 20. Backside of the Augmenter Pugilist. We like this one. I see what you mean. Maybe we do add Momar Vig. Maybe we do add Momar Vig because this is going to help us find the echoing equation. Okay. I don't hate it. We do need redundancies is all I'm getting at, but we also need to find... This is tough. It's fun working within these confines, but it is tough. So we added the Pugilist. Thank you for that, by the way. We might have hit our threshold of all the ones that create multiple copies, but that's a good card choice. Thank you for that. It's expensive. Mind you, it's expensive. We do need the backside of Pugilist, but it's a creature that we can find. That was the concept there. So we could actually use Fauna Shaman in this instance. It's not bad. Because if you have Fauna Shaman and you do like... So you do Fauna Shaman, you discard your Biovisionary, right? And then you can reanimate Biovisionary using Biovisionary with the Fauna Shaman to find the augmented dude, right? So we can add reanimate. I think at most we'll probably just add 2 animate spells. I think I put Phyrexian Tower in here as well. So I know people were saying if it gets exiled, it's very uncommon for something to get exiled in the game of cEDH unless it's like a Rest in Peace or something exiling graveyards and then it consequently gets exiled. So if a creature dies, it's more than likely I'm able to get it back. But I mentioned we did add Phyrexian Tower so we could like kill the thing in response and then reanimate it, right? The Biovisionary, that is. Add all the cheap 3 mana clones. You could. Mind you, though, I would rather have card draw utility at this point, right? Because we have we need card draw, is what I'm getting at. We desperately need card draw for this to work. All the 3 mana clones are not enough to help us win the game. I would rather just have the one spell that says every little shit I own becomes that. At the end of my turn, I win the game. Right? That's the better avenue of approach to me. That's why we're using things like Solve the Equation, all of the ways to find the effect that does that. That's how it should work in my mind. I feel like we could probably have more artifacts here. We do have 74 cards, so we have 26 slots. So the way this is looking, whenever a spell an opponent controls causes you to discard a card, create a token that's a copy of target permanent. Causes you to discard this card. That's mediocre. Whatever you cast insert source spell that targets a permanent you control. So Orvar is really cool because we are going to be able to use... Can we use Chain of Vapor to... Can we use Chain of Vapor to win the game with that? Maybe. Or like a storm effect that targets. I'm not going to try to build around Orvar, but there are good utilities that will work in tandem with Orvar. I'm a little iffy on Orvar, if I'm being honest, but it is a creature that we can find and do a thing with if we have Biovisionary. Fauna Shaman's all right. Generous Patron is cute as a card draw engine with Volrath, mind you. And Volrath is likely not going to be a huge priority for us. Like, we can't add Jeweled Lotus or Mana Crypt or things like that to really push him out. So we're really looking at the strength of the 99 here, working within the confines of each card needs to be under $20. Augment Your Pugilist is a really cool suggestion. I like that one. I think it works for this list. Rift Sweeper is just in case it gets exiled. It doesn't need to stay. Trust me. But I think this is all the dorks we would want to add. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's probably adequate. There's probably one we're missing. Llanowar Elves, Elfish, Mystic. I think that's all of them. Mirage Mirror potentially with Orvar. We can activate Volrath like 3 times with Orvar. Oh. We can activate Volrath 3 times with Orvar. That is true. If we have Orvar down. Okay, I like Orvar. Apprentice Necromancer. Is this such a cute way to... Is Mystic Remora in there? Is Mystic Remora under $20? Right? That's the first question. So we'll add the... Okay. We'll add the Rhystic Study, I assume is also... I assume is under $20. I assume. Oh my god. Okay, so Mystic Remora it is, and we'll keep it at that. But let's go ahead and add some card draw utilities. Card draw, countermeasures, card quality, removal, and any form of stacks. This list is looking like it's going to go a little bit slower. So let's consider those utilities. We have more than enough to do the trick with Biovisionary. I think we can get off that, and we're probably going to decrease the number of redundancies, and that's probably not true. Well, I think we have enough redundancy. Let's just figure out where we are after we add everything I said. I think I added Ponder already in Gitaxian Probe, so we don't need to do those two. We have all the rituals. The rituals are going to help us get our boy down, Volrath. Necrologia. I mean, honestly, if Necropotence is over $20, right? I'm positive it's over $20. And Adnaz in this instance is going to be too much. Okay. I'm still not high on it. Dark Confidant, though. I want gradual card draw. I'm not trying to push for a win instantaneously. We can use Dark Tutelage in the same regard. The thing is, we can't really cheat it out unless we have the Soul Ring on that same turn. We gotta work with what we got. Phyrexian Arena, some might say we could. Peer into the Abyss is expensive, but it is within budget. Bob and Occam Adversary. Occam Adversary is fine. Occam Adversary is fine. Guys, if more of these solutions can be creature-based, the better, because a lot of our copy effects rely on creatures being there to become copies of Biovisionary, right? So the draw engines that are creatures are best. Mind you, Bob is over, Dark Confidant is over the $20 mark, sadly. So we can't do that. Mindblade Render, it's just warriors, and I don't think Volrath's a warrior. Whatever. Mindblade Render. It's going to have to be. I like Orin Frostfang more than I like Toski. No offense, Toski. If you guys don't know the squirrel. Okay. What are all of the card quality cards in blue you can think of that are going to help us cycle through our deck? I don't remember them because I don't commit them to memory. But Brainstorm is one. What other decent ones can you guys think of? Why not creatures that produce creature tokens? Why not creatures that produce creature tokens? Can you think of a creature that produces enough creature tokens to win the game on the cast? If you can, then yes, right? But otherwise, no. So Biovisionary, we're trying to win with a hat trick on the same turn we drop Biovisionary, if not the next turn, right? Because we're already leaving ourselves open to just getting smacked. Because people can see that Volrath plus that is trying to do a thing. You need 2 more Biovisionaries to make this dream come true. You need 4, right? He needs to see 4 of himself. So the best outlets for us are those instant speed spells, those sorcery speed spells that create multiple copies or copies based off of the number of creatures we have. And so long as we have enough creature-based utilities, we're going to be in a good spot. Things like... the hell is it called? Stunt double, all that stuff. Phantasmal Image we're using because it's just good value. But anything else is probably not worth it. Mind you, we need a lot of card draw to get there. Allosaurus Shepherd is way over budget. Yeah. Preordain. Preordain. Yeah, we already have Ponder. Opt is fine. Opt is fine. Serum Visions. Do we like Serum Visions? Let's go ahead and add some countermeasures. Now, the tricky bit is that most of our staple countermeasures are gonna be kind of expensive. So let's just go ahead and look at... Is Abrupt Decay... Okay. I do want some removal in here as well, and Abrupt Decay is great. I do think that Assassin's Trophy is over the $20 mark, though. Wait, no. Hold up. Hold on. Yeah. No, it's $20. There are copies that are $20, so let's do the Assassin's Trophy as well. And then we'll go ahead and add some countermeasures. We've added the one that has the Ferocious attached to it, which I forget the name of. But yes, go ahead, hit me up with all the counters you want. A lot of these are going to be under the mark. I just want to have them on the screen so they can look over them. Pact of Negation, $13. Delay is definitely going to be under the mark. I'm assuming Mental Misstep is under the mark as well, right? I could be wrong. Bioshift? What? Counter target colorless spell. Get out of here. We do want Dispel, though, to help in counter wars. Flusterstorm is well over $20, I'm sure. What? Oh, there are copies of Flusterstorm that aren't? Okay, sweet. Okay, good. Confound, Perplex, Arcane Denial, Culling Ritual, not fast mana. Culling Ritual is fine. Let's just consider what we do with 4 black, though. I'm not sure Culling Ritual is worth sacrificing the creature. But do bear in mind, a lot of those copy mass creatures, they are expensive, so maybe Culling Ritual does make the cut, right? So we'll add it for now. Chain of Vapor is good. It's going to be a necessary form of targeting a thing for Orvar as well. Divert, baby, yes! Thank you for that. Someone watches the show. Let's go ahead and look over the rest of these, though. I do like the redirect. Miscast is one of my fucking favorites. If only for this art. Okay, so we're going to add Miscast. Let's just see what we have to work with at this point. Mind you, not all of these need to be counter spells, but a good majority of them will be. I think that we might be at that threshold. Force of Negation is how much? I really don't know. I'm willing to bet it's over 20, though. Yeah, okay. And Fierce Guardianship as well. I mean, not that we have our commander down frequently, but yeah. Although Bolt Bend is kind of cool with our... Oh, God, I keep thinking we're in red. Never going to happen. Okay. I would love Bolt Bend, is what I'm saying. There were some good suggestions here. I like Spell Pierce. I like Spell Snare, by the way. This counters quite a bit, right? The major threats, at least in my meta, are Thassa's Oracle and Underworld Breach, and this hits both of them, along with a slew of counters. So I like Spell Snare quite a bit. I like Spell Pierce as well. So we'll add those. Pierce, Spell, Snare. Abjure, Forbid is free. Forbid. It's not free. I want to say we added Nature's Claim already. I could be wrong, though. I am wrong. Okay, so we'll add Nature's Claim. I think at least one of those. Misdirection is really cute, by the way. We added Culling the Weak already. We'll add Misdirection. I think Misdirection is within budget, but change target. That's another way to like manipulate removal, not our removal. So that way we're sort of using up something from our opponents. Swan Song. Did anyone say Swan Song? Oh my God, it's almost at that $20 mark. That is insane that Swan Song is valued that highly. It's absolutely insane to me. Even like the lesser cards are getting more expensive. The lesser counters, excuse me. Uro's under 20. Bullshit. Bullshit. This is over $20? Scaring me. Oh my god. I'd have been so scared. Don't scare me like that. 20. I'd sell my copy right now. Modern Horizons is right over the horizon. So maybe we get like another, and there's no way. Oh god. Oh, we got to get that magazine insert counterspell though. Can we budget for the magazine insert counterspell? Please. Please. We'll add counterspell. I think that might be it though for our counter suite. I do want to add at least one more card draw utility though. Right? So we are at that threshold. We're at 99 cards. We're going to test this out. We're going to end the stream at 8:15 today. So thank you guys for hanging with me this whole time. We need to add 2 more cards to finish this off. Foil is a little much for me. Stifle is really cool. So guys, you want Stifle or Trickbind? Right? Trickbind is $7. Stifle is pretty cheap. Stifle is 1 CMC. So it's really apples and oranges here, but Split Second is very good because as long as the spell is on the stack, players can't cast spells, activate abilities aren't mana abilities. Yeah. It's just nice because it says no. But I can see place for Stifle. Imps Mischief, Pierce Thompson? Imps Mischief. Yeah, that's right. Jace Origins? Is that the name of the card? Are you suggesting this is a draw utility? I don't. Okay. I feel like we're definitely missing some copy utilities that we just didn't have time to research. And Gunblade, I'm going to suggest that you go over certain copy utilities that would work well in tandem with Biovisionary in this particular setup. Again, I just want to add, to clear out the rest of this, we've got a lot of card quality in here. I do think that we could use at least one more card draw engine. We've got a lot, mind you, but maybe one more draw engine and another piece of removal. The creature Jace. Oh, the one that loots. What is the name of the creature Jace? I don't mind that Jace. Do you guys care for Baral? I don't know if creature compliance. Does anyone give a damn about Baral? Jace, Vryn's Prodigy. Like outside of mono blue, that is. Jace, Vryn's Prodigy. We can add Jace. Why not? You want to see Compost. And just so that everyone knows, Compost is an enchantment that lets you draw for every black card that enters enters a graveyard, an opponent's graveyard. So this is really cool against like Gitrog lists. You pretty much draw your whole deck. Any list that's utilizing black cards, which a majority of the cEDH meta does. So this is good. And it's cheap still too. So I like Compost. We'll say that's the last card draw engine for the deck. And this puts us at 100 cards. So let's go ahead and test this. I'm going to get a few games in before we close this out. But let's go ahead and live edit. I just want to point out things that I consider flexible for Gunblade's own interest. Obviously, we weren't able to add very many rocks because a lot of the efficient rocks are expensive. So that's why we only have 2 here. So you can make an excuse for, well, Null Rod's extremely expensive, and we're not in white, so Stony Silence is out of the question. But anything you can do to stop artifacts, you could actually remove certain countermeasures or certain card quality measures for stacks pieces that hinder artifacts, your opponent's artifacts, right? That are within budget for you. But this is fine. Wishclaw is around like $7 or $8, I'm fairly certain. But let's start with our sorcery spells. I don't know how we have 2 culling rituals. We have space for 1 more card. You guys, I'll leave it to you. Go ahead and make some suggestions, and I'll go ahead and pick one of them. But yes, for the last card, what do you want? Tinnertimber Symbiosis, this is fine if we get the mana for it. Seagate Restoration, we don't really care about our life total as a resource, so I'm indifferent here. Echoing Equation. Ooh, wait, do we have both? Stop. Wait. Is Echoing Equation the back end of this guy? We have more spots available. It is indeed. Okay, so we're going to do this. We have 2 slots available. Sakashima's Will, awesome for this list. Right of Replication, again, I would consider this flexible because it's too expensive to do. But it does do the thing. But I would consider this flexible, right? So technically you have 3 slots available. Quasi-Duplicate, this is fine. What I do like about this, though, is with Volrath and enough mana, you can actually jumpstart this to do the thing with the Biovisionary. Okay, Neoform is fine. It really depends on our 2 CMC bodies that would, benefit off Neoform. So as additional costs, even if it just at the end of we copy the Dockside Extortionist with Phantasmal Image, we can use Neoform to sacrifice Phantasmal Image as it's not targeting it to get our Biovisionary, right? So there's enough 2 CMC creatures to really say that that's worth it. Reanimate is good, and we also have Animate Dead in here to pick up the slack. We don't have Entomb. I don't think Entomb. Maybe we add Entomb. Maybe not. Oh, God, wow. I can't believe Entomb is over $20 now. Okay, we don't add Entomb. Again, we have 2 slots. So I'm going to go over everyone's commentary in just a second, but we're going to add 2 cards to this. So I'm going to have to stop the chat right here. I'm seeing people adding stuff here. Verity Circle. Okay. So Court of Calling is fine. I think we have enough creatures to make Court of Calling somewhat usable. Plus the things we're trying to get aren't high CMC anyways. Not of this world, don't ask. Misdirection, I like it enough. Polymorphous Rush, great. Assassin's Trophy, Cabal Ritual, all great things here. Double Major's fine. Double Major is going to be okay for this list, particularly if we have the Phantasmal Image out or just in hand. Narset's Reversal's great. All of these things are great. I like Rush Rebirth a lot. We've got a lot of way to interact with the board. It's actually a surprising amount of interaction under $20. So I'm very happy with that. We do not need any more interaction. I think I saw some interaction down there. Dark Tutelage is a decent draw engine. Compost is a decent draw engine. Animate Dead, again, pick up the slack. Mystic Remora is great. Orvar is fantastic. Orin Frostfang ensures that our creatures get in there. Oakham Adversary definitely gets in there. All of these are fine. Mindblade Render's fine. Again, I like the card draw utilities. We could use Sig River Cutthroat if we'd like. I know a lot of people like Sig. If we put less 3 or more life, right? So if we're going sideways, this isn't so bad. And you actually get a little bit more draw than you suspect with that. Could be okay. But yes, we have 2 slots available. So let's go ahead and check that out. You already added Tyrant's Scorn? No, I did not. Wait, oh my god. See, but we have so much interaction already. We have so much interaction. Because I like Tyrant's Scorn and I like Drown on the Lock. Hold on. I like it more than Beast Within. Collector Oof is likely over the mark, though. I like Collector Oof a lot. But I think Collector Oof's probably over 20. Collector Oof. Okay, Collector Oof. I'm likely going to add Tyrant's Scorn if nothing else. Let me see here. Replication Technique. Okay. I like Replication Technique because it does what we want to do, and it's a good redundancy for the list. So, I do want to get rid of the Right of Replication, though. So while we're here, I'm going to give it to you guys for one more card. Life, Death, Verity Circle, Ghostly Pilferer. Heroic Intervention. Entomb is expensive, man. That's so upsetting. Noxious Revival is expensive. Noxious Revival... If Noxious Revival is not... I like Noxious Revival the most. I'm going to give it to Noxious Revival. We do need recovery. We do need recovery. And this is just a great way to get back any utility. So I love it. All right, this is great. Okay. 100 cards. 3 minutes. I promise we're going to get 2 play tests out of this deck, though. So we did amazing things with Harry C. Word's Obuun 51. And let's see if we can do the same thing here. So I hate starting with Dryad Arbor in hand. We do have the miscast, so it's not like we don't have a play. This isn't quite good enough, but we are getting there with this hand. We have 2 tutors, 2 lands, technically. Interaction if we wanted to play the island to start. Culling Ritual is good ramp down the road. We don't have very many permanents, so what we could do is give the Wishclaw Talisman to someone and pop that shit. I love Culling Ritual. I don't think this hand is quite good enough, sadly. Right? Because we could use Eldritch Evolution on the Dryad Arbor on a later turn, but Lord knows if we get there with our lands. I don't think this is a great start, but if you remember the composition of this deck, it's not like we have Mana Crypts or any sort of fast mana to rely on. You know, no Gemstone Caverns, none of that stuff. So, is this as good as it gets? You let me know if you guys think you would want to keep this hand. I'm going to say no. I just want to find a very keepable hand to start with. So let's go ahead and refresh this. It's a one-lander. It's a one-lander with 1 non-playable card. It's not there. Okay. We have the thing, we have a tutor. Man, I hate this might be what we keep, sadly. We have the tutor for the thing, we have a way to do the thing, right? Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, and then we just need Volrath. This is a very slow start. Misdirection is just okay here. Abrupt Decay is decent for stifling someone. Yeah, no. I know what you mean, Doubter. It's crazy. Like Swan Song being nearly $20 is insane to me. Like that needs a reprint clearly, because not all these counterspells should be that expensive, and a lot of these are staples in Blue list. Like you need that form of interaction. It's what makes Blue special, to some extent, coupled with all of the win the game spells that you get in Blue. Let's just keep going. I want to find like the ideal hand, and we're not gonna mulligan in this scenario. Well, this is pretty cool. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and put down, we don't have blue resource, I realize at this point, but I said I was gonna keep this, so let's keep this. All right, go from there. But I really wish I had a blue resource, I gotta tell you. If this was a fetch land, one of these was a fetch land, it would have been ideal with the Noxious Revival, but that's not the case. This is probably amounting to a very bad start, unless we get very lucky here. So, no, sorry, not that one. Okay, lose a life, that's fine. We now have a way to make blue mana, I'm imagining. But he is summoning sick, so we're not in a great spot with that. Still not in a great spot. Okay, so if there were a dockside, then this is fantastic. In Magical Dreamland, which we're existing in right now in this goldfish scenario, people do prioritize dockside extortionists. They're not really benefiting off of us in this scenario, but let's just pretend, for the sake of argument. Exile your marsh flats, whatever. And then we'll go ahead and make blue. We'll copy the dockside extortionist. We'll say on turn 4, seeing as we're not providing anything to this equation, that dockside extortionist will likely make, I don't think I have a treasure token over here. Dockside extortionist would probably make 4 to 5 treasures, and let's just be generous, between our 2 other opponents. So if that's what the equation is now, we can give ourselves, again, this is the Neoform setup I talked about, but we have Biovisionary. The best route of approach might just be finding, we had a couple of those copy spells, but not enough bodies to really benefit off of it, right? Give me 1 second. No, I don't have Spinning Image. Matthew, where were you earlier? Oh, I like that a lot. It's just expensive. All right, we'll just keep the treasure available, I think. Although I really would like to just get... I really would like to get something. Wait up. I'm thinking that, honestly, like a reanimate spell right now would be good. Like reanimate itself, right? So search our library for a card. Grab reanimate. I mean, obviously, this is the opportunity for us to grab the other half of the equation here. So put that card onto the battlefield. If we had Chain of Vapor in this hand, my thought is that we could get the Pugilist, right, with Neoform off of our Phantasmal Image. Chain of Vapor, the Pugilist to hand, so we have the back end of it, which gives us the Biovisionary combo. This is all very long-winded, but you can see where I'm trying to go here. It would be nice to have Reanimate just to make mana with our boy. Obviously, with Volrath here, this is 1-2 parts of the equation. And then I forget our creature base to even know what would be of value off of the Neoform elsewise. But this is not the best route of approach. There's still multiple steps to go here. So let's just do one more time. See what we have. Yeah, exactly. If you're spending 6 mana, it might as well say win the game. It is quite a bit. So I already like this because of the Soul Ring and the Exotic Orchard. We also have our Pugilist, right? Which is part of the combo, as well as the Polymorphorous dude. So yeah, choose target creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of it until end of turn, except it's not legendary if it is legendary. Does the front end of Pugilist really help us at all? Let me just see what that says. 8 or more lands, not really. But the back end's really cute, and I like that we can find it. This is quite good though, right? So this is already the part of the equation we need. So really we're hoping to find a Fauna Shaman in this instance just to dump this because we have this. And if I'm not mistaken, Biovisionary, let me just read that really quick. It's the end of our turn? Or any turn? I think it's our turn. At the beginning of the end step, if you control 4 or more creatures named Biovisionary, you win the game. Of the end step? My end step? Whose end step? It's any end step. Is that accurate? Okay. Well then, I mean, this spell's instant speed is what I'm driving at. So like we can win at instant speed. At any rate, we'll keep this. Okay. So boop. Do this. We'll make a red. Soul Ring. The only thing I could suggest beyond this point would be like your talismans. We do have a lot of interaction and ways to interact with our opponents via not stacks, but just removal and bounce and such. And a lot of card quality effects, which we're not really seeing. But having like an Arcane Signet, having a Felwar Stone, having any sort of 2 CMC rocks would probably be advisable. Because we're not seeing any of our dorks. All right. Oop, nope. Okay. Well, we're going to drop the OK Mavasary, and we'll just do it this way. We'll pretend that there is a dork out there. There is a dork in this world. Obviously, we'll save the Divert for ourselves. We've got a Pact of Negation that we cannot pay for, which is not good. But we do have the Flusterstorm as well, so that's fine. That's fine. We're not going to cast Augmenter at any point. Didn't need to use anything in this, fictional dream world. I don't know what our 5 CMC looks like so far as Neoform is concerned, which is kind of cute. Let's see here. I don't think we have any creatures that are the 5 CMC mark other than Volrath. 4 CMC mark either. So on that note, we don't have any lands. We've got 5 mana available, and Volrath is a little expensive. You can see what I'm trying to get to here. This is not less either. I believe it has to be equal to 1 plus the sacrifice. Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, Eldritch Evolution is a little bit better in this regard, because Eldritch Evolution would let us search or less, if I'm not mistaken. Eldritch. Yeah. So this is really only good with the 2 CMC spells if we're really aiming for Biovisionary, which we don't successfully have at this point. So let's go ahead and draw. Chain of Vapor. Okay. Well, now I'm curious about my 4 CMC creatures. Do we have any? We've got OK Mavasary. Okay. So the one thing I thought we had was Oran Frostfang, right? Yeah, that's 5 CMC. So we could Neoform to get Oran Frostfang, which is arguably better, right? Whatever. Yeah, why not? We'll Neoform here. I know we're putting ourselves in a bad spot, but I'm indifferent at this point. Because I just want to see what we can get to. I needed to shuffle, technically. We do that first. Okay. This is better. Yeah, we did not have mana to really do anything else with that. In an ideal world, you know, we would have both of these things swinging. We'll leave one of these two things up, probably that. Let's pretend this adds green. We already did. But we need that guy to be swinging to draw cards off of this guy. We have things available to us. We'll look at someone's hand. We'll draw a card. Okay, so we're not there yet, but we do have some forms of interaction here. The divert is really great at this stage of the game. During a counter war, it's going to be fantastic. During a counter war, it's going to be fantastic. Chain of Vapor is just really good utility. Not necessarily with what we have, but potentially for stopping someone else's win. Okay, moving on. I want to get to the win with this deck. So we're going to go ahead swing. This has trample. They both have death touch. So we're going to pretend that we both get in there. Shoop, shoop, shoop. We do need a... I mean, knowing that we have green there, we can just keep this as a black resource. That's fine. I don't believe we have any other creature other than the Obuun Adversary, and I don't really care about Obuun Adversary. If I'm being perfectly honest, I kind of wish I had Neoform now because I can reanimate a 2 CMC creature and sacrifice it, but that's just not the case. Okay. There's no clear route to Biovisionary is what I'm driving at. And we are going to have to discard a card momentarily. So we might as well make the most out of our resources here and reanimate something. Yes, there could be something of value, right? There could be something of value in an opponent's graveyard, but we don't know that. We could just move this to the battlefield. That's fine. Okay. But we got plenty of interaction here. So what we're probably going to do is say that we needed to use this off turn, right? At this stage, people should be trying to win if they haven't tried to win already. Let's use the Flustrosaurus in this instance. Go to the next turn. Phantasmal Image. Where's my Noxious Revival? I really want that Neoform back now. Okay, let's go. Doop, doop, doop. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is all pretensies here. We'll lose the life. We're ill-concerned. We have so much mana and nowhere to go with it. We could have used Polymorphous Rush at this instance to give ourselves a bunch of Oran Frostfangs. And for the sake of the argument, I don't think I have a way to haste enable any of these things. I don't. Yeah, so this would be technically, this would still, well, let's see here. If we had 3 of these, we would draw, I drew an additional card for this guy, right? So we would draw 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, damn. That would be 9 cards. Am I mistaken? If I had 3 Oran Frostfangs, that would be 9 cards. So I already drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Still not there. A lot of magic in our hands, but you get the idea. This is clearly leaning towards being a more control-centric list. It's going to be slower because of the fact that we're only able to operate with cards that are $20. We're missing essentials in black, Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Tutor, Imperial Seal. The list goes on so far as efficient tutors are concerned. And those redundancies are necessary if we're trying to make the Biovisionary dream come true. It's going to be hard to realize within a budget if we're not drawing massively. So really in that instance, I do think Polymorphous Rush was not a bad idea. I think we could probably afford to squeeze in Eternal Witness, cut down on the amount of interaction we have because we have quite a bit. You can pick and choose what you would like in that regard, but it does a thing. It's just very slow at doing it. Again, 2 CMC rocks, cut down on the forms of interaction, and then bolster up the copy effect redundancy because those copy effects are really good. As a matter of fact, I really like this spell. Where is it? The one we just used, Polymorphous Rush. I quite like that. Choose a creature on the battlefield. Any number of target creatures you control each become a copy of that creature. Yeah. Okay, so we did that accurately. Infinite Reflection's gonna get you there, like Pugilist, probably. And we could probably add that should we like. Life, Death, both sides are applicable. Yeah, Life, Death's great. I think that Life, Death there would have been fantastic with Orin Frostfang, right? Life, Death there would have been so phenomenal. So again, there's plenty of flex slots. So if you want to manipulate Volrath, I don't think Volrath is technically there for anything other than Sultai, so far as this construction is concerned. Technically, we could definitely put Volrath down, right? If we're behind, Volrath, mind you, until the end of until your next turn, Volrath becomes a copy of target creature with a counter on it. If there was a Crom or there was a Timna, and we're playing in Magic Dreamland right now, but we need to imagine these scenarios as they would actually pop up. But this budget list could actually copy some value creatures to get the card draw we need, right? So technically Volrath could become a clone of a Crom, and you could be drawing off of that as well. There were no scenarios that I felt like I needed to do anything outside of my hand, though. But as it stands, again, 2 CMC rocks, more redundant copy effects, and you're probably in a good spot. I think the ramp would have been essential. If we did have ramp, it would have been cool to go into Volrath sooner and at least have that body down. And I do think Life Death's a really good inclusion as well. Because that will do it for this Brewmaster segment. Wow, we definitely went over, but I had a really fun time working on these with you guys. If I'm being honest, I think that this is as good as it could have got. And it can definitely be better once you've established the list and you obviously have it within your budget to do more with it. I would definitely incorporate all those tutors and such. But guys, as I do with every one of these videos, I like to thank my Patreon members, the people that help to make this segment possible with this end roll here. Unlike our regular episodes, I'm not going to do a shout out to any one person, but to Harry Seward and Gunblade Knight. Thank you for the suggestions. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed working on these lists. I really, really liked being able to play with Volrath, who I would never build for regularly. And working with a 51 land deck that won on turn 4, I cut it short right there because I didn't want to see, how bad it could be as well. But it definitely did the thing. So I hope I made you happy, Harry and Gunblade. I hope I at least gave you some idea of a route to go for a biovisionary dream with Volrath, the man himself. I think there is something there, and I hope that this list at least pushes you in the right direction. But guys, to you who tune in every single week to watch these live streams, thank you so much. Again, I really enjoy talking to you guys the whole way through, losing my voice by the end of it. It is a swell time every time we sit down together. But guys, I'm Patrick Marlett, and happy brewing, babies.